Nnamdi Kanu has listed 23 persons. And guess what? These are influential people, these are top political figures, former governors, prominent ministers, people of influence, people as they used to call it timber and caliber. And people have been wondering that why would Nnamdi Kanu list these people as witness in his case? On this episode of Politics with Joshua Blog, we will be going through a mix of politics and law to bring out the meaning of to bring out a reason for Nnamdi Kanu's action and to look at the political dynamics that is shaping his trial at this point in time. And we also look at how this is likely to end. Then we would also review the personality of those people that Nnamdi Kanu has listed as witnesses. I have a lot for you on a day like this as we getting to know the connection between politics and law as regards the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A lot is happening as regards that particular case. It is not only of interest to the Igbo race, it is of interest to Nigerians. It has an international dimension, linking it to Kenya, linking it to United Kingdom. A lot of issues as regards the case. What do they call supenia? I would be interpreting it for you, the people that Nnamdi Kanu has listed as witness. A lot of things for me to dissect for you tonight, and I hope that this live would be as short as possible, and I will be able to cover those things. Why did Nnamdi Kanu, why did he list Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State as witness? What is the connection between Kanu and Babajide Sanwo-Olu? Why did he list Theophilus Danjuma as a witness in his trial? Why? What is the connection? How do we connect both? How do we relate both? Why did he list Malami, the former immediate past Attorney General of the Federation? Why did he list Buratai, the former Chief of Army Staff? Why did he lead yours truly, Yesom Wike? I will be breaking all these things down for you. I have some things to read for you. I have a lot to dissect for you as regards the federal government versus Nnamdi Kanu. All I need from you is to like this video if you are yet to. Give me likes, my dear people. Like this video. You know how we roll. Help me press the love button. Press it as much as you can. You can only like this video once, but you can press the love button as much as possible. And as I usually say, it's a good exercise for your fingers. Some of you already know how we roll. You are already telling me where you are watching me from. That shows that you know how we roll on this platform. So I don't need to say too much. People already know the practice on this platform. Tell me where you are watching me from in any part of the world. If you are somebody that is interested in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, or you are interested in ethnic relations or the political dynamics that shape some political spirited cases in Nigeria, this is the video for you. But then don't enjoy it alone. Share it to people. You have a WhatsApp group, share it there. You have a Facebook group, share it there. You are an Igbo. For people that do not know some things, because I've read a lot of comments, for people that do not know some things as regards why Nnamdi Kanu lists his enemies as witness, then you need to share this video on such a platform. Why did he list his enemy as witness? And for you watching me, there's something there for you as well, in the sense that who knows, you might just have a case tomorrow. So this is a way for you to learn some certain things as regards this case of Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, it may not be you, it may be your friend, it may be your mother, it may be your father, it may be your wife, your husband, your brother or sister, or somebody that you care about, and they have a case. Then what does it mean to prosecute the prosecutor? Who is a prosecutor? How do you prosecute the prosecutor? What are the methodologies that Nnamdi Kanu is adopting as regards his defense? I will be breaking this down for you. If you value knowledge, if you value your time to gain, if you like to use your time to gain a piece of knowledge, this is the video for you. Here we don't watch movies, so if you are the type that like season 1, season 2, season 3, episode 4, episode 5, well, maybe this is not the platform for you. But if you are the type that values knowledge, that values intellectual discourse, this is the platform for you. Anna Yochuku. Anna Yochuku Kingsley, I see you. Owochu Okwe from Ibadan, I see you. Great to have you. Matthias Onabuchi, I see you. Anna Yochuku, that's from Enugu State. I see you. Diaspora Diva, you are actually watching me from New Zealand, right? Okay, that's great. New Zealand is in Oceania, the continent called Oceania. I have some friends there. Maybe I'll be there one day. Okay, New Zealand. I'm trying to remember one of these. There's a university there that my friend did his PhD from. Ah, I can't remember the name of the university now. Maybe in the course of this program, I will remember and I will tell you. Diaspora Diva. Rachel Fisher, one of my, regular viewers on this program. How have you been, Rachel Fisher? One thing I like Rachel Fisher for, let me tell you about him so you will know that I know my regular viewers. One thing about this Rachel Fisher is that this one, when he watch your video, he will even go to the comment section. He will say something nice. He will pray for you. That's one thing I noticed about Rachel feature is comment. I don't know whether it's a man or woman, but his comment is usually polite, noble, in such a way that you'll be wondering that who is this particular person. Shout out to you, Rachel Fisher. It proves a lot about your upbringing. You know that how people behave themselves speaks a lot about their upbringing. So shout out to your parents, shout out to your mother and father. Say that one Dr. Deji saying shout out to them, Rachel Fisher. Great to have you on this live episode of Politics with your sure plug. Man 8TV, one of my regular viewers, great to have you. Tell me where you are watching me from. Matthew, I see you. It says we are deceiving ourselves. Nigeria, we end going separate ways. The unity of Nigeria is certainly negotiable. One Love, watching me from London, Igwe Chika. I see you. Say hi to me. Tell me where you are watching me from across the globe. Share this video. Let others get to see it as well. Now, let us dive into it. Hold my hands, hold my legs, hold any part of my body that you can hold, because we're about to dive deep into an ocean. And trust me, by the time we will raise up our heads again, definitely we would have been able to learn one or two things from each other on a day like this. Nnamdi Kanu, you are well informed about the case, right? You are well aware that Nnamdi Kanu opened a no case submission. What do you mean by a no case submission? A no case submission In no case, submission is when the government charge you for something, and as you are looking at the case, the government will only charge you to court when they have what they call a prima facie case against you, which is that after writing your statement, or if police arrest you, if they look at the condition of the thing, if they see that you have breached a particular law, then they would have say, okay, there's a prima facie case against you, they will charge you to court. But then you can enter a no case submission. They have the power to charge you to court, but when they get to court and they tender all what they have to say, you have the right to enter a no case submission. No case submission is that, my lord, this is just a waste of the court time. From their argument, I have no case to answer based on so reason. Now it is now left for the court, the discretion of the court, to now look at your argument, to look at the argument of the government, to look at the position of law as regards that argument, and decide whether you have a case to answer or not. We've seen cases in court whereby the judge haven't heard from the prosecutor, that is on the part of the government. The judge will hear from the defense counsel, and the judge will uphold the no case submission that, well, government, you are just wasting your time. From all what I've seen, there's really no case for this person to answer, and the judge will discharge and acquit you. Unfortunately, in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, when the government lawyer, when they made all their argument, presented their witnesses, Nnamdi Kanu entered a no case submission. And when he entered the no case submission, which implies that, well, my lord, I have no case to answer as far as I am concerned. And my Lord Justice James Omotosho, and he now said that, well, looking at it from some of the things that government have tendered, you have a case to answer. And when the judge said that you have a case to answer, that means that you must enter into defense. I need to just analyze it summarily, just so that if you have not followed the case, or if you don't know about politics, governance, or law, definitely the little that I've said, if you are not pressing your phone as I'm talking, if you are not distracted, you would have understand how we arrived at Nnamdi Kanu defending himself. The judge overruled the no case submission that, well, come and defend yourself. If you are watching me, please give me likes. Help me press the like button. Help me tap the love button as well. Share this video to other people. Let them enjoy. Let them come and party with us. Don't enjoy alone. It is not good to be stingy. So share it to other people. Give me likes. Help me press the like button. Help me press the love button as well as we continue to enjoy and educate ourselves. Now, when the judge said enter into defense, the judge overruled the no case submission. And when the judge said enter into defense, there were people that are expecting that, oh, this no case submission should naturally fly. And one of them is Omoyele Sowore. And when the judge said, okay, go and enter into defense, somebody like Sowore wasn't having it. Maybe he has missed his friend so much. Maybe he's doing it on the part of justice or maybe social equity because bandits are being pampered. Maybe that is why he decided to do something like that. Omoyele Sowore now decide to go on a protest, and that protest, we all know how it went just recently. And after that, do you now know what happened? During the case, the judge, Nnamdi Kanu, requested to meet with his lawyer. He told the judge, Justice Omotosho, that, well, I would like to meet with my lawyer. But I don't trust these people. I don't trust these DSS people. I cannot have a case with DSS. I want to come and defend myself against accusation by the DSS. Then I will be meeting my lawyer within the facility of the DSS. The DSS, known for their secret and cunning ways, may be recording all what I have to say. Whatever place that they give to us to have a communication, that means that they may have put a recorder or something secret in the place, and at the end of the day, they may sell the information out to their own judge and to their own lawyer, and definitely it may help in getting me convicted. So Nnamdi Kanu put forward that argument. By the way, the lead counsel of Nnamdi Kanu is one of the greatest lawyers in Nigeria. You see that Aloy Ejimako is not the lead counsel of Nnamdi Kanu. Some of you don't know that the lead counsel of Nnamdi Kanu is the lawyer that even judges respect. You know, there are some lawyers that they have not been judged in their life. There are some lawyers that they have just been lawyers in their life. Some of them have opportunity to be judged. Some of them do not have opportunity to be judged, but they have been lawyers for a very long time, even before some judges spat out of law school. You know, sometimes in Nigeria, before you become a judge, you need to know somebody that knows somebody that knows another person that knows somebody in the right place at the right time before you become a judge. But some of these lawyers are very prominent, like they are veteran lawyers. For instance, Femi Falana has been in the legal profession for so many years, and despite him being in the legal profession, he has never become a judge. But then there are some judges, maybe at the High Court or at the Magistrate Court, that Femi Falana has been practicing law even before they pass out of law school, because Femi Falana is a veteran lawyer. We have veteran lawyer like Mike Ozekume, senior advocate of Nigeria, that has this property issue in the United Kingdom that they said, oh, he forged some documents and all that. I think he's a professor now, Professor Mike Ozekume. Those are one of the legal brains in Nigeria. We have Wole Olanipekun from Ekiti State. Wole Olanipekun is good in political cases. Wole Olanipekun is the one that usually wins some of these tough election cases in some of these states. He is more towards the APC side, more towards the ACN, that transformed into APC. So he usually handle most of these APC, ACN cases. He was one of the lawyers that defended Tinubu versus Obi, Tinubu versus Atiku, the election petition tribunal, 2020 presidential election petition tribunal. Wole Olanipekun was among them. So we have some prominent lawyers like that they have stand the test of time. And one of them is Nnamdi Kanu's lead counsel, Kanu Agabi. Kanu Agabi is the lead counsel of Nnamdi Kanu, not Aloy Ejimako. Aloy Ejimako is one of the lawyers, but the lead counsel in the trial document is Kanu Agabi. Before, it was Mike Ozekume. There was a time Mike Ozekume was representing Nnamdi Kanu, but after some time, they relieved him. Then Nnamdi Kanu brought Kanu Agabi. Kanu Agabi is a very experienced lawyer when it comes to cases like this. So I'm not surprised when Nnamdi Kanu, lists his enemies as his witness. What does that mean? When you list your enemies as your witness, what does it mean? And under what circumstance do that occur? I will be sharing a lot more with you. Let me take this message from Amma Time. Amma says, there's something about your analysis, being a Yoruba and still try to be neutral in your analysis is something I find intriguing. I really appreciate your work. I appreciate you too, my dear brother or sister. What you Okwe says, Doc hates no one and likes. Yes, I don't hate anybody. I don't like anybody. My dear sister watching me from the United States, Abosede Ojo, one of my regular viewers, saying compliments. Great to have you, madam, on a day like this. Now, Kanu Agabi is the lead counsel for Nnamdi Kanu. If you are watching this video, you are yet to like, it's free to like. Just click the like button, click the subscribe button, help me tap the love button as well, so that others can get to come and enjoy it with us as well. So as I was saying, Kanu Agabi is the lead counsel. So Alo Ejimako, that is in prison, in Kuje prison at the moment, because the federal government and filed a case against him of disruption of public peace, having participated in the protest that was led by Omoyele Sowore. You see, Alo Ejimako, if he is not available to attend to the case, I don't think it is an issue because there are other lawyers. And Kanu Agabi is even more good than Aloy Ejimako. Aloy Ejimako is yet to be a senior advocate of Nigeria. And I think that in this kind of defense, it would be great if Kanu can bring in this man, Kanu Agabi, if Nnamdi Kanu can bring in Kanu Agabi himself, to when he's entering into defense. Now, what is Kanu trying to do? What is he trying to do? Kanu is trying to prosecute the prosecutor. Is trying to prosecute the prosecutor. You see, that is like a very, how do I put it? A very smart move in the sense that they want to prosecute you, right? You now try to turn, the weapon fashion against you. You now try to turn it, operation back to sender, operation backfire. That is what Nnamdi Kanu is trying to do. He wants to what? He wants to prosecute the prosecutor. Now, what is trying to subpoena these big wigs, these political big wigs. Imagine, let's just imagine for a moment that you are in a court, you have a case, and you are requesting that, oh, the person that I want as a witness is Nyesom Wike. The normal political arrogance, the normal big manism in Nigeria. But you are saying that, my lord, it is Nyesom Wike that I want to come and answer question, and he answering question will help in exonerating me in this particular case. Just imagine that for a moment. That is what Nnamdi Kanu is trying to do. He's trying to say, Supena Nyesom Wike, Supena Abubakar Malami, Supena these big politicians that we call compelling witness. That is what they call a compelling will that bring them on. By the way, let me tell you why I'm speaking about this. I think I find that important. First, I must say that I am not a lawyer, but I have some great knowledge of law. What do I mean by that? Now, I have a PhD in political science, but in most universities, you will find that they belong to the same faculty. You have School of Government and Law. For example, you understand School of Law, Government and History or International Relations. It is always together. Now, and there's something that I usually do as a Nigerian studying years back in a foreign university, which is that you need the money, right? And you are limited in cash, but you have the knowledge and you have read all, you've been reading all your life. So there's something we do. International students, some of you that have friends that are studying abroad, if they are very brilliant, they can earn a living and sustain themselves as well. Some of you that are watching me from abroad, if you are a student, if you are very brilliant, you can also earn a living from it. So now I declare you now, as they say on street parlance, on extra source of income. There's something we call paraphrasing then. There's something we call proofreading. There's something we call technical work. Now, listen attentively. If you still intend to study abroad, I want to give you the background or the knowledge that I have in law. I called it, the uncertified knowledge because I don't have a certificate in it. Now, because you want to earn a living, because you want to survive, what you will do is that there are some students that their brain is not as sharp as your own. There are some students that they don't really have time like you. They have so much money to flex. Maybe they are from Arab, they are from Asia, or maybe some of them are European. So you will say, okay, this work you want to do, maybe they're having problem in a section of their work, they are looking for somebody to help them. You will say, okay, bring it, because you are a Nigerian and survival is important to you in Europe or Asia, you will just say, bring it. So before you know it, you are a student of political science, but you are already reading sociology. Because you are doing work for somebody in sociology, maybe like a paper or a section of the research or thesis. You are a political science student, but you are already doing work for somebody in maybe industrial and labor relation. You are already doing a work for somebody in law. So that gives you that broad knowledge. At least to the glory of God, I can humbly say, that in terms of PhD law thesis, I have ministered in like no less than five, and they have successfully graduated like five. So if you are ministering into a PhD law thesis, Masters of Law have ministered in like three. Yeah. So in the process of that, you gain some very good knowledge of law. So you are gaining on two fronts. Number one, you are gaining money because they will pay you and they will pay you in foreign currency. Number two is that you are gaining additional knowledge. So when I speak about law, it's not that I have a certificate in it, but then I have good experience by the fact that we belong to the same faculty, and some of the technical jobs, the one that bring money is not paraphrasing, it's not proofreading. The one that bring money well is the technical job. Somebody don't hang for an area of his work. The person don't they confused. You want to bring solution to that work for that person to move forward. You go charge the person special money. That is technical job. Some Nigerians that are in diaspora, maybe some PhD candidate now, or somebody, maybe or some masters, they would be doing it as well. But those kind of work is meant for extremely brilliant students. Because before you leave your work, go another field, definitely you must have some great knowledge. So I have this uncertified knowledge. I call it uncertified because I don't have a degree in law. But then that doesn't mean that I am a novice in it. I just need to put that out for people watching me. So Suponia, as it is called, is that when you want somebody to come and testify for you, and you know that the testimony of this person is what can help you, you will tell the court that this is the person that has information that can prove my innocence. The court will now invite the person, they will subpoena the person that, okay, come forward. And the court can subpoena anybody regardless of anything. Now, some people may want to argue that, oh, but these governors have immunity. Like some of the governors, if you list a governor like Sanwo-Olu now, Sanwo-Olu have immunity. But then, what those kind of people don't know is that subpoena is different from prosecution. You are not prosecuting the governor. You are not charging the governor to court. The governor is not standing trial. The governor is just being invited to come and stand as a witness, to come and give witness testimony. And one thing about witness is that you can never bag a jail time or any sanction, except if you are a witness that is unruly in court, or you now decide to be unruly to the judge, and the judge now decide to give you, should I call it a fatigue, or the judge gets angry, and say maybe they should take you to prison for like 2-3 days. Because when you are within the jurisdiction of the court, the person that has power over you is the judge. Whatever the judge says, whether you are there to observe, whether you are a witness, whether you are the prosecutor, whether you are the defense counsel, whatever the judge says stands. Let me give you an example. Inebi Efron, one popular lawyer like that, Inebi Efron, there was a time he was in court, and when he was arguing his case in court, he had an altercation with the judge. I think it was in Akwa Ibom, and the judge ordered that he should be sent to prison for, I think, maybe a week or two. Some of you that follow news very well, you would hear it. And he may be Effiong then had to follow the prison warders to prison for like a week or two at the discretion of the judge. But if you are being called as a witness, there's no way you can go to jail except you conduct yourself in an unruly manner. Now, this case of Nnamdi Kanu, right? The witness, one thing that I notice about the witness is that they are allies, or the witness and or their allies are the ones accusing Nnamdi Kanu of terrorism. This witness, the people that are listed, the 23 of them, they or their allies are the ones that are accusing Nnamdi Kanu of one offense or the other. So now Nnamdi Kanu now decide that, okay, you that you are accusing me, then you will now be the one to come forward, to come and say why you are accusing me, and in the course of you proving my guilt of why you are charging me and accusing me, I will be able to bring out something that will prove my innocence. That is, do you know, the summary of what Nnamdi Kanu is trying to achieve. Is that wise? Let us look at it. Is it wise? Well, I would say it is wise, but this is not the first time that such is happening. In recent time, Omoyele Sowore adopted the same strategy when he called Bola Ahmed Tinubu a criminal on a social media post and the DSS arraigned him. He said that you cannot arraign me because you cannot be acting on behalf of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Tinubu can sue me by himself. If he decides not to sue me, then you cannot be wasting the state resources to sue me. Okay, you have sued me now. I have a witness. The witness that I want is Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself. That is the witness that I want. And the court cannot determine who your witness is. The court has no power. If they charge you to court for anything, you are the one that have the right to say that, my lord, it is let me use your name, Gladys Amos, watching me, or Chico Ume, or Anayo Chukwu Kingsley owner that can help me. That, so, my lord, Supponia Anayo Chukwu, let Anayo Chukwu come forward, and when he comes forward, then during interrogation, what he will say will help me. And don't forget that in law there is a principle, which is that you must be given fair hearing and you must be heard, you must be allowed to prove your innocence. And they usually say that it is better for somebody to go for a sinner to go unpunished than for a righteous one to be punished. So the principle in criminal trial, as Nnamdi Kanu is going through it, is fair hearing. So Nnamdi Kanu, if he says that it is Tinubu that can help him, definitely they have no choice than to bring in Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because the court has to give him ample opportunity to prove his innocence. He will be convicted after the case has been proven beyond reasonable doubt. Now, the word beyond reasonable doubt, now Nnamdi Kanu is saying, for my innocence or guilt to be proven beyond reasonable doubt, I need 23 persons, and some of them are the governor of Lagos State. I will tell you why Nnamdi Kanu apparently said they should Supponia Sanwo-Olu. I will tell you why he said they should Supponia Theophilus Danjuma. I will tell you why he said they should Supponia Abubakar Malami, the immediate past attorney general. I will give you the details. I will tell you why he said they should Supponia Supena Buratai, the no, Burata is not the immediate past, right? Taurid Lagbaja died. So, should I say former chief of army staff? Then I will tell you why he said they should subpoena yes or Wike. I will give you, in details why he listed these people and their relevance to the case. Nnamdi Kanu, I can tell you, is a wise guy in the sense that the reason why he listed these people, if you don't know it, all you just need is to stick with me on this live broadcast, because I'll be bringing it your way. Kayedo Oladoyibo, I see you. Say hi to me. Tell me where you are watching me from across the world. Like this video. Help me press the love button. Let it get to other people. Now, what is Supponia? Let me read something to you for you to understand. Let me give you some meaning, some should I call it some scientific meaning, right? Now it says, I want to read something to you, Supponia, what it means, so that you will understand. Look at it. I want to read it to you. I have explained to you, but I want to read it to you. I will read it slowly, and I need you to listen attentively. When I'm live, I cannot have a PhD, I cannot be a scholar, and I will just come and be dancing around or maybe be abusing people. No. When I'm live, I'm here to pass a message, or we are here to teach ourselves. So that is why I usually say my platform is for intelligent people or prospective intelligent people that values knowledge. Now, I see you. Keep your comment coming. Tell me where you are watching me from. I will take it after giving you the meaning of Supponia. Supponia is a formal court order. Now, listen to this. It's a formal court order requiring an individual to either appear, that means that the court is summoning you to either appear at a specific time and place to provide testimony. That means that the court is summoning you that so date, so time, come to the court, come and help us with some relevant information as regards this particular case. And I will give you instances that will make you understand that the court can summon everybody and anybody. If you are watching me, you are here to like this video, like this video. Now, it says that and place to provide testimony or to produce specific document or other evidence relevant to a legal case. So that means that subpoena, they can usually come in the form of producing document. The court can ask you that, okay, produce so document, or the court can also say that, other evidence, any other evidence that they find interesting. I will give you an example of this specific document or evidence. You know that the one that you are aware of is when the court will say, oh, come to court, come and give testimony. But when the court says bring document or provide evidence, what is the court trying to say? God bless you for helping me press the love button. If you are yet to like this video, like this video. I will give you an example in that regard. And guess what I will be using? I'll be using your village. No matter village you come from in Nigeria, I will be using your village. But let me give you the meaning in full first. Before I give you that example, it says, it is a way for the court to compel. Now, take note of that word, compel. That is force, right? It is a way. If you don't want to use compel, you can use force. It is a way for the court to compel someone to provide information when they are unwilling or unable to do so voluntarily. That means that if you are to provide, if the court find that you will be useful to provide an information, whether you like it or not, the court will give you an order that, okay, bring this particular document, provide this evidence, or come to court. So you cannot challenge it. The court cannot subpoena you and you will say you want to go to another court to challenge it. No, if the court orders you, you must to come. And that is where Nnamdi Kanu's case is getting tense and is getting very, very interesting. That Nnamdi Kanu case is getting tense and is getting very, very interesting. So that is one thing that I can tell you. And it says that failure to comply with a subpoena can result in penalties such as fines or jail term for contempt of court. Failure to comply with a subpoena can result in penalties such as fines or jail term for contempt of court. That is what it is. So you know that when the court subpoena you, you don't have any objection. That is what it is. You cannot raise objection. For instance, now, if the court says that, oh, Omoshola Deji, we usually they have mentioned you that you are a political scientist. They've played some of your video arguments in court. There's something related to, politics, and we need your expertise knowledge. As a political scientist, come and tell us what this thing means. If the court subpoena me, I have no choice. I cannot debate it. I cannot say, no, I'm busy. I cannot say, no, I don't like to come. No, I have to go to the court to give them my expertise knowledge just to help in the case. That is what it means. So a lot of people, they don't know what this thing means. I was seeing a lot of comment, and that's why I said, if you want to do well, share this video so that other people can benefit from the knowledge, particularly people that are sympathetic about Nnamdi Kanu, or maybe some of our northern brothers that are arguing against it. Knowledge, as I usually say, is very important. I will not only define subpoena for you, what Nnamdi Kanu is trying to achieve, I will give you the section of law that empowers the court to subpoena anybody at any point in time. I will give you that particular section of law. But before I do that, let me take some of your comments. I've been seeing a lot of comments. Ayola Olatunji, watching me from London. I see you. Talat from Oshogbo, Kayode Oladoyinbo from Paris. I just said Paris. You wrote France, but Paris is always synonymous with France. So I'm the one that had Paris, but you are watching me from France. I've been to Paris before. One of my favorite city in the world. Nice city, I must say. I love Paris. I love Singapore. Unwa Japita, watching me from Benin Republic. Great to have you. Well, I'm not a professor yet. I just have a PhD, so I'm qualified to be called doctor. So I'm not a professor yet, I must say. say, but thanks for the acknowledgement. McDonald Uche, watching me from Stockholm, right? Badebo Temi, watching me from Scotland. Christopher Uchena from Lagos. Lambert Button, he says, hello, doctor, I'm from Australia. Dave, please, have they freed Kanu yet? And Lambert Button said, can I appreciate you, sir? You are intelligent. Please drop a Zelly or domiciliary account for me. I'll send you £5,000 to support you, okay? Well, £5,000 is a huge amount of money. I appreciate your gesture, but I have a policy, a personal policy, if I'm doing my live stream, which is that I give knowledge, but I don't give out personal details. I give knowledge, right? That's what I give. I don't give out personal details. So I appreciate your offer. So anything that you want to give to me, there's a way that you can give it to. Is this super chat or super sticker on YouTube? YouTube will naturally take their commission, but I'm not greedy. You know, YouTube is giving me the opportunity to speak. So you can give it to YouTube. They will take their commission, whatever they take, then the rest will get to me. But if that is not convenient for you, the other option I used to give my viewers is that look for somebody around you. Look for somebody that you know is very poor, is very wretched. Look for somebody that is suffering, that is passing through life, that is going through hell, that just need a little support. Give it to that person, or you can share it among a group of people. It is my belief that if you give them, you have given it to me. I don't necessarily need to know them. I don't necessarily need to have their contact, but God sees your heart. God sees everything. I'm not lacking. I'm not poor. So I have a policy, and I don't intend to deviate from it. So you can give people that you see that, oh, these people are in need. If you don't want to give me through YouTube, you can give it to people around you, or people that you know that are in need. £5,000 is a lot. It can change a lot of people's life. But trust me, I appreciate your gesture. Lambert Button, watching me from Australia. Great to have you on this platform. Febach Mbanefo, I see you. Owochi Okwe, I see you. Olaride, Olawale, a lot of people. Jaja, you know, so many people. JP Creations, help me share this video. Press the like button and let us continue. You know, Maduko Saje. I usually try not to mispronounce people's name because sometimes it's not funny. You don't have to mispronounce people's name. So, and Nigerians have a lot of ethnic names. So apologies if I mispronounce them. Jojo, I see you. Peter Nero, watching me from Angola, I see you. And Jojo is watching me from Lagos. Now, the section of law that empowers the court to subpoena anybody if they find it that you have an information. And don't forget that I told you that I'll be using your village, right? I told you, whatever village you come from in Nigeria, I'll be giving you an example. Now, it says that the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, SCJA 2015, section 251, subsection 1 of the SCJA reinforces that, in quotes now, every person summoned to attend as a witness before any court shall attend as required. I need to read that again. Every person. That is what every person, whether you are a judge, whether you are Tinubu, whether you are a governor, whether you are a minister, whether you are Wike, every person summoned to attend as a witness before any court shall attend as required. And if he fails to do so, the court may issue a warrant to compel his attendance. That means that if the court summons you and you said that, oh, I don't have time, I'm not interested, the matter no concern me, then the court can issue a warrant. What is a warrant? A warrant is an order to the Nigerian police or the security agencies to arrest you, or if you like, bundle you and bring you before the judge. That is what it means. The court may issue a warrant. A warrant is that they've given the police an order that anywhere they see, whether it is in traffic, whether you are even ministering to your wife or you are ministering to your husband, whether they find you in church, whether you are praying, whether you are bathing, if a warrant is issued against you, the police have the right to bundle you and make sure that maybe they lock you up or they detain you and they go and produce you before the judge. So, but can this happen to the likes of Wike? Can this happen to the likes of Sanwo-Olu? Can this happen to the likes of Burata? Don't forget, the most interesting part of this video is why Nnamdi Kanu listed these people 23 of them as witness. And I will be giving you, why he listed like about 8 of them. There are some interesting reasons, some shocking reasons. You see, call Nnamdi Kanu a crazy guy, and you won't be wrong. Call him a very crazy guy, you won't be wrong, in the sense that the reason why he brought them on board to prove his innocence, whereby enemy won't buy you. Now that enemy won't buy you. Now that enemy you still bring, say, oh yeah, okay, come and make it easy to buy me, because say if that enemy come, that enemy go buy himself. Which is what? Operation back to what? Back to sender. That is what Nnamdi Kanu is trying to do. Now, let me read something to you. It says, when a court summons someone to appear and bear witness, it is compulsory for the person to appear. The reason is that a court summons is a legal order issued by a court, not a mere invitation. I said it earlier. It means the court has officially require the person's presence to give evidence in a case. Failure to obey a court summons without a valid reason is considered contempt of court, which can lead to penalties, including fines or even imprisonment. So you can see that what Nnamdi Kanu is asking for is something that is very tactical, and is something that is very, very crucial and important. J. Tom, watching me from Lagos suburb, my brother, I pray for you. God will take you from the suburb to the global stage, in Jesus' name, in Allah's name, or in whatever you believe in. You are watching me from suburb today. Claim it, my dear brother. Maybe by this time next 6 months or next year, you will be watching me from the diaspora. J. Tom, watching me from Lagos suburb. Great to have you, my dear brother. Caesar Birel, says, this one is crazy. Let me isolate, this kind of fools. I don't like fools on my platform. Of all the pretty ladies, of all the, like, don't let me make her they talk bad thing, I'm here to analyze. Don't distract me. Don't want me to go they talk about ladies now. Every spirit of distraction die by fire. Now, let us proceed, my dear people. I have some shocking things for you. I said the witness are allies. The witness, they are friend or allies of the people accusing Nnamdi Kanu of terrorism. Now, Kanu knows that these people won't appear, that most of them, they won't appear because of their, normal arrogance. In Nigeria, all this big manism and all that. Some of them will not appear. But then, what is the consequences if they don't appear? Another thing is that I'm giving you the features of some of these people. Some of them were the ones that prescribed IPOP. Some of them were the ones that, for instance, Abubakar Malami was instrumental to the prescription of IPOP. In fact, he was the one that made it happen during the Buhari era as the I've forgotten, Attorney General and Minister of Justice. So Abubakar Malami is very crucial to the case as well. Now let us go to another realm. Why did Kanu say they should bring these people? Kanu want them to come and prove to court how he bombed and killed. That they are accusing him that, oh, Kanu, he wants Biafra. Oh, Kanu, there were some things that he did. If they say that, oh, you committed the T offense, apologies, I don't know. Say, okay, stubborn button. Now, if they say that you commit the T offense, right? Now, the T offense, I don't know, but in Nigeria, if your offense have to do with T, you need to be very careful around it, because treason, for instance, starts with T, terrorism starts with T, but it is the last one that I just mentioned that they are accusing Nnamdi Kanu of. And there are some features for you to be categorized as somebody that has committed the T offense, which is that you must have either bombed, or you must have either, kind of like inflict harm on a lot of people, or you must have done something that goes against the human existence. So in this instance, Kanu is saying that he has no case to answer. You said he has a case to answer. He's now saying that, okay, these people that are accusing me, let them come forward. Let them come and say how I am, a T person, like, the T word. I don't want to mention it too much because this platform doesn't support repeating such word. Now, Nnamdi Kanu says, okay, bring these people, let them come and prove how I am this. You said that, oh, Nnamdi Kanu is a thief, for instance. Now, you say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu is a thief. Nnamdi Kanu is now saying that I didn't steal. You said he has stolen. The court said, okay, Nnamdi Kanu, from what they are saying, there's probability that you may have stolen. Enter defense. Nnamdi Kanu is now saying that bring these people that said I have stolen, bring them forward. Let them come and say what I stole, how I stole, the manner at which I stole. Is it by burglary, or is it that, is it by firearms? What did I use to steal and what did I steal? That is what Nnamdi Kanu is trying to achieve. But the problem is that the people that Nnamdi Kanu wants to bring forward in Nigeria, we have the untouchables, if you can call them like that. The untouchables are people that, whether you like it or not, they act without consequence and they have high probability of getting away with it. And some of these people are these army generals, governors, ministers. They belong to the untouchables. But now Nnamdi Kanu is touching the untouchables. For instance, let me give you an example of how this will lead into a very embarrassing situation for Nigerian politicians. That's why I said Nnamdi Kanu is smart. Nnamdi Kanu is like, okay, even if I'm going to go down, I won't go down alone. Even if you guys will not go down with me, I would have given you the embarrassment of your lifetime. Let me use Sanwo-Olu, for instance. Babajide Sanwo-Olu is the governor of Lagos State. Jide Sanwo-Olu was the governor of Lagos State when EndSARS occurred. One of the arguments of the Nigerian government, headed by Sanwo-Olu's godfather, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, also a former governor of Lagos State, is that some of the actions of Nnamdi Kanu influenced the EndSARS, allegedly. Now, Nnamdi Kanu is saying, bring Sanwo-Olu forward. Now, let him come and say how my action, how it influenced EndSARS. He is the governor of Lagos State. He has a lot of information at his disposal. He has a lot of intellectual resources within his domain. So bring him forward to come and prove. In fact, the panel of inquiry that was set up by the government of Lagos State. I've forgotten the name of that panel at that point in time. There was a panel, after the EndSARS something, the Lagos State government set up a panel of something. I've forgotten the name. It's 5 years ago. And in that panel, the people that are aggrieved against the police should come forward. A lot of people were coming forward. They were giving testimonies against the police. That panel was awarding compensation to people that have been victims of police brutality. They were awarding compensation to them, some 5 million, some 10 million. In fact, in fairness to the Lagos State government at that time, they indeed paid some people, because some people that don't have legs again, and it was as a result of police brutality. Some people will be say their teeth no complete again. They came forward, and the panel heard the case. The police at that time, they have like a defense counsel to cross-examine. It was more like an open court kind of a thing. So they were awarding compensation. But in that particular report, was Nnamdi Kanu mentioned? Did anybody come forward to say that Nnamdi Kanu influenced him, or his action influenced him to kind of like spark the EndSARS protest? So if Sanwo-Olu, who happens to be the custodian of law in Lagos State, is now being supponeed to come forward. If they supponeed him that Sanwo-Olu come forward, it means that it is believed that as the number one citizen of Lagos State, because he has all the document and information, he now have to come and prove, based on the information within the domain of the Lagos State government, how Nnamdi Kanu action led to the EndSARS protest that occurred under his domain as governor of Lagos State. In the report of the panel of inquiry that was constituted by the Lagos State government, was Nnamdi Kanu mentioned at all? Did anybody reference Nnamdi Kanu that, oh, Nnamdi Kanu's action influenced me to go and burn a police station, or maybe to buy a policeman in Lagos State? Those are I just gave you an example. I will still give you, the argument why Nnamdi Kanu is, requesting that Theophilus Danjuma, retired general, be summoned, Abubakar Malami, former attorney general, be summoned, Buratai, Buratai, former chief of army staff, be summoned. Yes, on Wike, just truly, yes, on Wike. The yes on Wike own is a very funny one. I will be telling you, but I just give you like a brief into that of Sanwo-Olu, why Sanwo-Olu was allegedly listed into that particular thing. So that means that if Sanwo-Olu comes forward and is unable to prove or link Nnamdi Kanu, or there's no document in Lagos State, or the panel of inquiry in Lagos State are not able to link Nnamdi Kanu directly to the NSAS, then the case of government linking Kanu to NSAS, has already fall flat in that regard. From that area, it has already fall flat. Then Nnamdi Kanu is calling other people as well. Then if they are not able to prove some of these arguments, that means that the case will be falling flat from there, it will be crumbling. And if it crumbles on this side, crumbles on this side, crumbles on that side, what that means is that at the end of the day, the case will become, just absolute nonsense. And Nnamdi Kanu will be discharged. That is what Kanu is strategizing to achieve. Is it a good strategy? Apparently, yes. A very good strategy that would have been proposed by a very smart lawyer. And that is why I said Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Kanu Agabi, is one of the smartest lawyers in Nigeria. He's an elderly man, he's experienced. He has been practicing law even before some people that are judged now became a judge. Maybe some judges are still in law school, but maybe because they have this political favor, they have this political connection. That is why some of them made it to become a judge. So Kanu Agabi, I would love if it is Kanu Agabi that is present in court when Nnamdi Kanu will be defending himself, because he have this rich knowledge and is able to. Another thing is that if they bring in Sanwo-Olu, for instance, don't forget that there will be cross-examination, right? Now, Sanwo-Olu is from the government side. His political godfather is the president. His political godfather is the former governor of Lagos State. He is the current governor of Lagos State. The prosecution council is hired by federal government, headed by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu hired the prosecution council, right, which is the federal government. They are working for the federal government. So if they were to do cross-examination, it means that the lawyer of the federal government will be cross-examining somebody from the government. And that itself will be embarrassing, because what question do you want to ask somebody from the government? You understand? Now, Nnamdi Kanu is true with Sanwo-Olu, right? There will be cross-examination. For instance, if Nnamdi Kanu brings somebody now, let me use a name in the comment. If he brings J. Tom or Jojo to say that, Nnamdi Kanu did not commit this offense, the government lawyer will come forward to ask him some questions to know whether it is lying or to puncture his argument. Now, this is where the case gets very delicate for the Nigerian government. The people that Nnamdi Kanu have listed are strong people in government or the government of Muhammadu Buhari. They are the untouchables in Nigeria. And at the end of the day, when Nnamdi Kanu is through with them, then the government lawyer, the prosecutors, we have to cross-examine those people. So imagine that Sanwo-Olu is in court now. Just imagine it. Like Wike is in court now. Nnamdi Kanu has already making sure that the case has fallen flat. Now, yes, on Wike, that's the minister of FCT working for the government, is now to be cross-examined by the lawyers of the government. What do they want to ask yes on Wike? What do they want to ask Sanwo-Olu? So you can see the technicality that Nnamdi Kanu is bringing forward in this case. I just hope that, government will not end up embarrassing itself, or the judge will not end up, rubbishing the case, or these people that are to be subpoenaed will not turn it down. They will come forward. Now, I promise to use your village. You that you are watching me, if you are watching me, please like this video, subscribe, press the subscribe button if you are yet to. Let me press the love button as well. If you are watching me, tell me where you are watching me from in any part of the world. Let me know where you are watching me from. Now, I promise to use your village. When I was reading about Sopenia, right? I promise to use your village, wherever your village is, whether it is in the north, whether it is in the south, whether it is anywhere in Nigeria. Let me give you an example of this Sopenia. Let's say there is a case now in court, and it is between two people. In that particular case that is in court, it now has to do with cultural issue. It has to do with a cultural issue. Do you know that the court can souvenir the king of your village to come and give them cultural dimension to that particular case. For instance, if people they are fighting over inheritance and they are saying that, oh, a woman cannot inherit her father, and they are dragging it, and it's a very big case in court. The court will do what? The court will subpoena that the king of that village or one of the chiefs of that village to come and testify in your custom and tradition. How is this thing done? How is it done? What are the culture and practices? So, if you are from the royal family, it is normal for the king of your village. They would have received someone from the court so many times. Sometimes the king will not appear. The king will send his representative or one of his chiefs to go and speak in court as regards the position of culture and tradition, being the custodian of culture and tradition in that village, to go and speak, to go and educate the court. The court is not a master of everything. Sometimes the court relies on expertise knowledge. So on the issue of culture and tradition, the king knows the culture and tradition almost better than anybody else. So they will call on the king of your village to come. But in most times, the king of your village may decide that is not that is not coming, but he will now send one of his very knowledgeable old chief to go and tell the court the position of culture and tradition as regards the case in question. So the court can, subpoena anybody and everybody at any point in time. So what Kanu intends to achieve is that he will be telling these people, he will ask them to prove to the court how he committed these offenses. You are saying that, oh, I committed this offense. Kanu is saying that, well, I didn't commit it. He will not have to prove to the court why you feel that Kanu committed that offenses, and in the process of that, Kanu would be vindicated because some of these offenses, some of them are unprovable, or some of them are difficult to prove, or occurrences that are or things that have occurred after Kanu was arraigned in court, after he was first arraigned about 10 years ago. Some things that have occurred have already vindicated Kanu, but then who will bring it forward? So Kanu needs some of these people. For instance, let me give you another instance. Kanu said they should bring in Buratai, right? Buratai. Now, if they bring in Buratai will have to explain to court why the military under his command invaded the home of Nnamdi Kanu when a court has already granted him bail, and that invasion led to the alleged killing of about 25 people. So, what is the reason? Are you suspecting him of stockpiling arms and ammunition? If yes, if you say so, what are the arms and ammunition that you eventually found in his house? So, if you are not able to prove to the court why you invaded his home or the arms and ammunition that you found as the chief of army staff, then the case has already fallen flat. That is why sometimes your enemies can be your savior. That is the strategy that Nnamdi Kanu is using. Rather than for him to call his friend to come and save him, most people, when they go to court, they will call their friend to save them. They will call people in their circle to save them. But what Nnamdi Kanu is doing is to call his enemy to save him. The enemy will not naturally want to save you, but indirectly, when you begin to punch the enemy hard with a good legal counsel, unconsciously, it will be operation back to send that the enemy would have saved you without knowing. For instance, if someone who appears in court and they tell him, Mr. Governor, the panel that you set up in Lagos State, throughout the sitting of that panel for like a month or over a month, did anybody that came to that panel, did they mention Nnamdi Kanu from the report that you have? Mr. Governor, can you produce a copy of that NSAS report? That you said Nnamdi Kanu influence. Someone will have to produce it, right? Did anybody mention Kanu or something? If you say no, you have already injured the case. But did anybody mention Kanu? Apparently no. So you can see the tacticality, or if you like, technicality in this instance. You can see what Kanu is trying to achieve. That if he calls his friend cannot come and say, oh, Kanu wasn't mentioned in the NSAS report. No. Did you participate in the NSAS protest? No. Were you the one that constituted the NSAS panel? No. Do you have access to the report? No. How did you know Kanu is not mentioned? The person that have access to the report is Sanwo-Olu. The person that constituted the panel is Sanwo-Olu. The person that paid compensation as directed by the should I call it tribunal now is Sanwo-Olu. So the best person to say how people mentioned Nnamdi Kanu, how people implicated Nnamdi Kanu, the testimony that people gave about Nnamdi Kanu is Sanwo-Olu. The proceedings of that particular NSAS tribunal was recorded. You will see cameras then. Everything was recorded. You don't have access to it. I don't have access to it, but it is in the archives of the Lagos State government who can order that video, the video of the proceedings of about a month sitting of the NSAS tribunal. I've forgotten the name they called it at that point in time. The proceedings, who can order it to be released? It is the number one citizen of Lagos State that the issue occurred under his jurisdiction. So Sanwo-Olu will have nobody to call upon. He will call upon himself to tender the video recording of everything that transpired during the NSAS tribunal that was set up. Then Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer will now share the tape among themselves. That is why in some cases you will see that somebody will have like maybe 50 lawyers. In some cases, somebody will have like maybe 13 lawyers. The reason why they have such lawyers is because of this kind of thing, right? Because, for instance, now, if Sanwo-Olu is saying that, Nnamdi Kanu was mentioned, the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu will say, no, we don't believe you, or we need to assess the tape to know the person that mentioned Nnamdi Kanu is the person an Igbo person, is the person from the southeast. If it is a Yoruba person that mentioned Nnamdi Kanu, a Yoruba person in maybe Ogbomoso, that has fallen flat. Maybe Nnamdi Kanu's case was mentioned in passing, that during the tribunal somebody just flared up and said the injustice in this country, this is the problem. That is why Nnamdi Kanu is advocating for Biafra, because of the injustice that we have in this country. For instance, if the person that mentioned that is from Ogbomoso, and you now say that Nnamdi Kanu's name was mentioned during the NSAS tribunal then the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu will request for the tape, the whole of the tape, even if it is 1,000 hours. They will look for it, or they will look for the day that person said what he said. Then they would extract it, bring it to court to come and play to the court and use it to argue in favor of Nnamdi Kanu that, my lord, Kanu's name was mentioned, but the person that mentioned it is from Ogbomoso. How is somebody from Ogbomoso mentioned Nnamdi Kanu's name? Well, my lord, as you can see in this instance, Nnamdi Kanu's name was mentioned, but it was mentioned in passing. The person was using it to talk about the injustice in Nigeria out of anger. Not that the person was indicting Nnamdi Kanu, because in that kind of instance, you need to prove to the court that Nnamdi Kanu's action influenced you. That, when you listened to the sermon of Nnamdi Kanu, you were just sitting down in your house, you were chilling. Then you tune to Radio Biafra, or what did they usually call it? Is it Radio Biafra? Somebody should remind me. Yeah, Abi? Radio Biafra, right? And you will argue before the court that you were just sitting on your own. Then you tune to Radio Biafra and you were hearing Kanu say, go and destroy this, go and do that, go and do that. Then that thing now inspired you. You now, got influenced from that particular preaching. Then you decide to go out and start destroying things. That is when Nnamdi Kanu can be, indicted under the circumstance. So you can see how Babajide Sanwo-Olu gets involved. I still have 4 more instances for you to tell you how why Nnamdi Kanu is listing these things. For some of you, you may just think that, this guy, this guy not to get sense. So how they list your enemy? People want me you go to jail. Now then you can't the list. Say me they can't be witness against you. Of course, they go nail you now. They go say you do them, but then some of you don't know that in court it is not that easy. In fact, in court, it is not a messy ground. Sanwo-Olu, when he's in court, is the governor. But then, you won't give him, much regard like that as if he's not in court. Because if you are the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu, you can look Sanwo-Olu in there and say, I put it to you, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, that you are lying. Imagine that. He's a governor. But because he's in court, those are some of the legal songs. I put it to you that the event did not occur as you stated, you know. Someone who might be saying something, and a governor that can naturally not be interjected, that when a governor is speaking, everybody will keep quiet. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, someone who can be speaking, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer will just rise up in a very disrespectful manner. Objection, my lord. And the judge will look at it. The judge may say, objection sustained. And if the judge says objection sustained, that means that someone will have to keep quiet. That's the governor. He has to shut up. For the lawyer, who may be a nobody, nobody in quotes now, it may be a nobody in quote to speak. But if it is not in the court premises, a governor cannot be speaking and you would interject the governor. No, in a public place, you have to respect the governor. But in court, it's not like that. The governor cannot be saying something that will lead your client to prison. Then you keep quiet because, oh, he's a governor. I don't want to. No, the lawyer will stand up with fire in his face. Objection, my lord. And if the judge finds it, interesting, the judge will say objection sustained. If the judge finds it uninteresting, he will say objection overruled. Someone who can continue speaking again after like 30 or 45 seconds. Kanu's lawyer can stand up again. Objection, my lord. So the court is not like maybe, a place that you play and you laugh. No, it is fire for fire. You don't want your client to go to jail. The other person wants your client to go to jail. So you will not allow that person to do something that will lead your client to go to jail. The other person too will not allow you to do something that will not lead your client to go to jail. So it is always fire. And that is why they usually say the adage that people do not come back from court and be friends. It is a Yoruba adage. They will say, èèyàn kì í dé láti ilé ẹjọ́ kó tún padà ṣọ̀rẹ́. It means that if a matter happens between people and you guys are not unable to settle it and you go to court, after returning from court, the probability that you guys will now end up as friends is almost zero. Because in court, you guys would have forced spit on each other's face. You guys would have dig out a lot of secrets. In court, it will not be like, oh, your excellency, sir. No. Because Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, let me give you an example. A very good example. Very good example. Go and watch Oputa panel. It's available on YouTube. Go and watch Oputa panel. The panel that Obasanjo set up, more like an investigative and reconciliation panel when he became the president. The chairman of that panel is the father of Charlie Boy. Some of you don't know that Charlie Boy just like to behave the way he likes. He's from a very reputable family. His father is a reputable judge, Justice Oputa. The father of Charlie Boy is the lead, or is the head of that panel, so they name it after him, Oputa panel. Go and watch Oputa panel on YouTube and see when they are cross-examining or interrogating some of these big people that were called to come and give testimony, or they were subpoenaed by the court. They weren't pampering them. They weren't. I saw that of Femi Falanon. I saw that of Joy Nune. Joy Nune is a lawyer. The lady that said, oh, Akpabio, I slapped him and all that. The lady is part of those that participated as a lawyer in that particular tribunal. So for you to understand what I'm saying, that is the perfect example. Go back to the video of Oputa panel that happened in, I think, was it not 1999 or year 2000? That's about 25 years ago. The video is on YouTube. Watch it to understand what I'm saying. Now, I've given you that of Babajide Sanwo-Olu, right? Now, let me give you that of Theophilus Danjuma. Why would Nnamdi Kanu say they should summon Theophilus Danjuma? Who is Theophilus Danjuma? I will tell you. Let me attend to some of my people in the comment section. If you are watching me, you are here to like this video. Why are you stingy with like? And you are watching me, you dey enjoy me. I dey pour my knowledge out for free. Just give me like, free. Help me tap the love button. My people, they won't do it. Try and be nice, my dear people. Anthony Ololo, I see you. Owochu Okwe, he says, Doctor, if those supposed untouchables in Nigeria subpoenaed by the court in this Nnamdi Kanu case refuses to come, yes, there's a consequence. If the court summon you, I read it that the court can issue a warrant of arrest against you. And I informed you that, when they subpoena you, some people will say, oh, Sanwo-Olu has immunity, that Sanwo-Olu you cannot have anything to do with court by virtue of his immunity. But you are wrong. Sanwo-Olu is not standing trial. he is standing as a witness. Standing as a witness is not trial. Immunity covers him from prosecution. That he has done something, you cannot prosecute him. Immunity doesn't cover him from standing as a witness or being subpoenaed by the court. That is the difference. But some people will say, oh, he has immunity. No, you are wrong. He has immunity from prosecution. For instance, someone will slap you now, and you now got angry. You now decide that you will go to court, right? Because of the immunity that he has. For instance, if someone is complicit in the NSAS something, and you want to sue him, you cannot sue him now that he's the governor because immunity covers him so that he doesn't get distracted with the business of governance. You can sue him after he leaves office in 2027. Then you can charge him to court. So immunity covers you from prosecution, not to stand as a witness. The judge, the court can summon anybody to stand as a witness if you being present. For instance, if someone lose presence, if Nnamdi Kanu insists that as regards this NSAS of a thing, it is Sanwo-Olu's presence that can vindicate me, bring Sanwo-Olu, the court has no choice. You cannot dictate who a witness would be for somebody that is accused of committing an offense. No, especially if that witness is strongly linked to the said case. For instance, if they catch you say you cross express, you are now in court. You now say, oh, they should subpoena Bola Ahmed Tinubu. How does it connect? You cross express, they catch you, say you cross express. You say they should bring Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That doesn't make sense. But Tinubu is a criminal, according to Showore. Showore is in court. He wants to prove. He say, my witness is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You want to send him to jail because of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And he is saying that bring the same Bola Ahmed Tinubu so that I can exonerate myself. The court cannot say no. The court cannot say no. We will not, subpoena Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We can you manage Wike? No. Because Bola Ahmed Tinubu is strongly connected to that case, and the person that is standing trial is going to jail, having committed a sin against the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So you can see the tactic that Showore is using. That, okay, you want to send me to jail, you are prosecuting me because of Tinubu. Okay, my witness is that same Tinubu. At least if you want to send me to jail because of Tinubu, at least the same Tinubu should be able to come to court if he really wants me to go to jail. So that is the tactic that Showore is using. And in this case of Nnamdi Kanu, you want to send Nnamdi Kanu to jail for a T offense. Don't forget that, anything that has to do with terrorism and all that, it usually comes with capital punishment, which can be death or life imprisonment. If he's convicted, treason, terrorism, these things sometimes come with capital punishment. So you want to send somebody to go and die by hanging. You want to send somebody to use the rest of his life in jail. That if God said you will live 150 years, you will use it in jail. You are conducting such, a very delicate criminal trial that will make a fully grown-bodied man with family, friends, to abandon his life and use the rest in jail or can be summarily executed. That kind of person, anybody that he tells you that he wants to come and stand as witness, you have no choice. Because the consequence, if that person is found guilty, has to do with life, has to do with the rest of the life of that person. So if the person says that bring these people, and these people are strongly connected to the case, you have no choice. For instance, Malami was the Attorney General of the Federation. In fact, it was during Malami's time that Nnamdi Kanu was tried to court. It is the government that Malami served in that instituted that particular T offense case against Nnamdi Kanu. So if Nnamdi Kanu is now saying, bring the same Malami, you, the court, can you say, no, I will not subpoena Malami because Malami is one Jesus Christ or Muhammad? No, because Malami is crucial to the case. And this case, if this person is not allowed to prove his case beyond reasonable doubt, that means that the person will be found guilty. And if that person is found guilty, it is either life imprisonment or capital punishment. So you can see where Nnamdi Kanu has tied the hands of the court. If you are watching me, please subscribe to this channel. Give me likes, my people. Help me tap the like button if you are here to press the love button. God bless you for helping me helping me to press it. You can press it as many times as you want. Now let's continue. Malami, in his wisdom, as the head of the justice ministry, the only minister in the constitution. In fact, Malami's own is very crucial to this case of Nnamdi Kanu, in the sense that, don't forget that I've given you that of Sanwo-Olu extensively. I will give you that of Theophilus Danjuma. I will give you that of Abubakar Malami, former Attorney General. I will give you that of Tukur Buratai, the former Chief of Army Staff, and I will give you that of Nyesom Wike. So if you are watching me right now, keep it locked. Don't go away, because definitely I will be giving you this. If you are just joining us, oh my God, you've missed a lot, but then you can always watch it back again. So now, let me give you that of Malami. Malami, in fact, Malami is one of the, they usually call them compelling witness. Compelling witness. Compelling witness. You see, Nnamdi Kanu is an intelligent guy. You forget, if they do all this Biafra, sometimes he can have short temper, sometimes he can talk anyhow, but you can't remove that intelligence from him, in the sense that in a criminal trial, that somebody will use his whole life in prison or back capital punishment. You have no choice. You have no choice at all than to bring anybody that can help that person to prove his innocence. For instance, I want to hear the argument of Justice James Omotosho, the judge handling the case. I want to, I want to hear, sorry, Siyaka Momo, I had to isolate you, okay? You need to read my profile before you make that your comment, so I had to isolate you. That means you can only watch when nobody is seeing your comment. I can't teach you morals. I can teach you politics, governance, analysis, but I'm not your parent, okay? I'm not your father, I'm not your mother. I can't teach you morals, okay? So if intelligent people are watching me, don't come and constitute nuisance on my platform, right? I have a lot of PhDs. If you see some message that I did, oh, I'm Dr. Kineko Kineko, oh, I watch your video from so and so, oh, your platform is different, I like it, keep it up. Those people will not be watching me. Then you ragtag or scallywag, you come and distract me. No, I won't tolerate. That's why I have to isolate you. Now, as I was saying, Malami instituted the case against Nnamdi Kanu. If you are watching me, please share this video, especially if you are an Igbo person. Because Igbos are very interested in this case. If you don't share this video, you are wicked. You don't want others to get the crux of the matter. Now, Malami oversaw the repatriation of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, which they call extraordinary rendition. Now, there's rendition. There's extraordinary rendition. Let me explain it to you. Rendition is that you went through the legal process. That, oh, Kenya, there is somebody that has committed an offense in Nigeria in your custody. There are international laws that you will go through the process of extraditing that person. But extraordinary rendition is that you go through the back door. You didn't follow the international statute and laws of extraditing somebody, which was what the Buhari government did to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. To kidnap him from Kenya. And the Kenyan government played game with the Buhari government at the time. It's the same thing that Buhari wanted to do as regards Sunday Igboho before Yoruba leaders went to block him in Benin Republic. And you know that Benin Republic has a lot of Yoruba population by sharing boundary with Lagos. So Benin Republic president was naturally sympathetic to the Yoruba cause. In fact, if I see the president of Benin Republic now, I won't be surprised if he understands Yoruba fluently like me, despite being the president of Benin Republic. So they went to block the Buhari government. So Malami, whose ministry oversaw the whole process of extraordinary rendition, which is how Nnamdi Kanu was brought back to Nigeria, allegedly against the international laws. Now, you want to send Nnamdi Kanu to jail and to prison all his life. He's now saying that, please, bring Malami. Let him come and testify in front of the court. His testimony, if Malami comes here, his testimony, despite the fact that he's my enemy, his testimony, you will find that I didn't do anything wrong and I will be set free. You, the court of Justice James Omotosho, because the punishment for such thing that you want to send Kanu to prison for is a capital punishment that can cost him his life or the whole of his life in jail in such a way that he will not be able to father his kids, he will not be able to use his degree, he will not be able to hug his parents, he will not be able to knack and reproduce, he will not be able to do Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, he will not be able to eat chicken, solitary confinement, even if God said, if Nnamdi Kanu is from the family of Methuselah, you know Methuselah in the Bible, right? That guy will live very old. Some of you that are Christian will understand me. If Nnamdi Kanu is from the generation of Methuselah, Methuselah lived about 800 and something years. So if Nnamdi Kanu falls from the family of people that used to live like 120, maybe Nnamdi Kanu now is about maybe 50 something years. That means that this particular case, this judgment will not that you want to give, Nnamdi Kanu risk about 70 years that is remaining of his life, haven't come from the Methuselah haven't been an ancestry of Methuselah. He risks to spend 70 years of his life in jail. So which one is more important? Bring Malami to come and exonerate me by his testimony, or you don't bring him, or invite Malami, and Malami says he's not coming or he doesn't want to come. But then, if he doesn't come, I risk spending, God forbid, he risks spending his life in jail. So you can see the technicality, and that is why some of these people that Nnamdi Kanu have listed, it may end up bringing embarrassment for the government. It may not bring embarrassment for Tinubu, but if it brings embarrassment for Nigerian government, it has bring embarrassment for Tinubu because Tinubu is the CEO of Nigerian government at the moment. So if it is just a case of maybe, oh, you still cow, you know, still cow, the punishment is maybe 2 months imprisonment, 3 months imprisonment. You know, if you say Attorney General, they may overlook it. That, oh, is it not? But something that can cause, like, somebody to lose his life because it brings capital punishment. Anybody, that person, you must satisfy that person, so that when that person is spending the rest of his life in prison, the conscience of the person will be cleared that the judge was fair. Yeah, I called everybody, I explore every opportunity, but the case not just go my favor. And I know, God, why? Maybe I could have done better. But you cannot sentence somebody on a capital punishment and that person doesn't feel satisfied with the trial. And don't forget, this is where the problem is. It is only at the High Court that you can tender evidence. In other words, that's why they've made this thing difficult for the trying judge, Justice James Omotosho. In the sense that if Justice James Omotosho, and I see something that may be technicality at the end of the day, I see a situation whereby Kanu's case may get to the Supreme Court and still go back to appeal court. What do I mean by that? If you are watching me, you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. Help me press the like button. Help me press the love button. Press it as much as possible. Share this video so that others can benefit from my analysis as well. Now, great to have all of you. Tell me where you are watching me from across the world if you are just watching me. Now, Nnamdi Kanu says he wants this person. Now, I said that I see a situation that the case will go to Supreme Court and still come back to appeal court. Why do I say so? Now, it depends on the judge, James Omotosho, and the influence of the political class. In the sense that if you can only call witness at the trying court, which is the court of first instance. Now, this is the court of first instance, Federal High Court, Abuja. You can only call witness at that level. If judgment is given and Nnamdi Kanu is convicted, the appeal court will only review that judgment. How many witnesses were called? What did they say? You, the judge, from which testimony did you rely on to convict this particular case? Okay, when they called witness number 5, witness number 5 said this and that, and I was convinced as a judge, and I relied on that to find this person guilty. You would explain everything. The appeal court will look at it and be like, okay, yeah. That's correct. From this testimony of witness 5, yeah, you can truly rely on it. The appeal court will not allow you to call new witness. The appeal court will not allow you to tender fresh evidence. Now, if you are dissatisfied, you will go to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, at that point in time, will also not allow you to tender fresh evidence. Now, if Justice James Omotosho did not allow Nnamdi Kanu to do not allow Nnamdi Kanu to subpoena these people that can be helpful to his case, if you sentence him to life imprisonment, or you said that okay, they should go and hang him, if you sentence him to death by hanging or life imprisonment for the T offense. Now, the problem is if it gets to appeal court, and Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer is arguing that he wasn't given fair hearing, he wasn't allowed to properly defend himself. If, because it is a capital punishment, a life is at stake, a life of a human being is at stake. If the appeal court found that judgment lacking in substantial evidence, then there is a problem, because the appeal court cannot receive new evidence. It is the court of first instance that can receive the new evidence. That's why sometimes they will say, go back and retry this case. You would have heard it in the news. Some of you that follow politics and some of these cases, they will say, oh, go back and retry the case. The reason is that the court that found that the evidence that you rely on is insubstantial or inaccurate cannot admit new evidence. It is a superior court. It is an appellate court. If the case gets to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court sees that, you have sentenced this man to death by hanging, a life is about to be lost. The man's life is now at the mercy of the state or the federal government. If you are sentenced to death and the Supreme Court upholds it, Tinubu can wake up tomorrow and sign your death warrant and they will hang you. And nobody can protest it because your case has passed through the judicial process and judgment has been given. If Lagos State government has a case against you and they've given you, for instance, that Miriam Sanda that was pardoned, instead of pardon, if Tinubu had woke up from the anger side of the bed and signed the death warrant and say, okay, bam, by now she may have been dead and nobody can blame Tinubu because the court has already convicted her for murder and said that they should go and buy her. So in this instance, because a life is at stake, if the appeal court or the Supreme Court find the evidence that you relied on to want to take this man's life, to want to put him into perpetual solitary confinement, which is life imprisonment, if the appeal court or the Supreme Court find the evidence insubstantial or there is a comma in it, the trial has to go back to the court of first instance. That's why I said I foresee a situation that if care is not taken, this case will go to Supreme Court again, then it will go back to the High Court. Then it will go back to High Court. The way that can be prevented is allowing Nnamdi Kanu to have his day. He said he wants Nyesom Wike as witness. Someone Nyesom Wike. He said he wants Abubakar Malami, someone Malami. He says he wants Babajide Sanwo-Olu, someone Sanwo-Olu. At the end of the day, if you give him all these people, which is very difficult, because some of them will not leave what they are doing as a matter of arrogance, and that can happen in Nigeria. If he caught someone, Donald Trump in the US, he will go, he has no choice. But in Nigeria, Sanwo-Olu can decide that me go to court because of Kanu. What nonsense, what insult, big man style. And if that is the case, then there is an issue. So you can see that the case is very, very complicated. First, complicated by one, proving the offense beyond reasonable doubt. Two, the caliber of witness that you want to rely on their testimony or otherwise to convict the defendant. The caliber of people are people that are difficult to drag to court based on the Nigerian setting. For instance, if you tell Nyesom Wike to come to court because of election case, that, maybe 2027, there's an election case, you now list Nyesom Wike as witness, he will obviously rush to the court because the election of his Oga, Tinubu, is at stake. But if you tell Wike now, say, come to court because of Nnamdi Kanu, a normal Wike that you and I know, Wike will be like, go to court for, I don't have that time, I'm a better man, He will most likely not turn up. And that itself is an issue in this instance. Now, I was giving you that of Malami, the former Attorney General. Apparently, Nnamdi Kanu is listing me as witness to come and explain that, how he was repatriated from Kenya. What happened in Kenya? Malami was the Attorney General. The file was on his table, right? What happened that time? For instance, let me give. That's why, you see, I usually tell people, please, I beg you, if you are watching me right now, always seek knowledge. Don't use all your life to watch movie. All your life, movie, series 1, series 2, series 3, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. You know all the movie. Please, seek some knowledge. Now, the power of supinian. You will recall that recently, I want to give you an instance, a very close instance. Some of you that follow news will remember. This case, I've forgotten that case. Is it, is it P&ID or something? One case like that. That the Paris court had to supinian Obasanjo. As old as Obasanjo is, the court called on him. And Buhari did not want to go. From news report, the Attorney General had to go to Daura to convince Buhari that, please, your presence is needed and your presence will favor Nigeria, so you are needed in Paris. Very recently, before Buhari died, some of you that remember that case, tell me in the comment section. Just, it's not too long ago that Obasanjo was in Paris. Obasanjo, 80-something-year-old man, former president. The court in Paris still had to summon him that, come and give witness to help in this case. So don't believe that maybe Sanwo-Olu is too big to appear in court. No, it's just in Nigerian style, that they will be claiming big man. If Obasanjo, an 80-something-year-old man, if a court can entertain two former head of state on a case, two former head of state of a country, and these two former head of state are retired generals. Buhari served in the military. He has ruled Nigeria twice. Buhari now is not like Tinubu. Tinubu has not, no much federal leadership or presidential experience. You can't use Tinubu to compare Obasanjo. Obasanjo ruled Nigeria in the 1970s, I think. Was it 70s? Yes, I think late 70s. And he came back to rule Nigeria again. His experience is vast. Buhari ruled Nigeria in the 80s, came back again. You can't compare them to Tinubu. He has limited experience. So if the court in Paris can summon those two prominent figures, and they had to fly plane from Nigeria to Paris just to attend in court, based on the supinian of the court, then who is Sanwo-Olu that cannot be supinian to come and give testimony? So if you think that these people, maybe they are big, they are only big in the Nigerian setting, and they may not go to the court to honor the invitation based on Nigerian style. But ordinarily, the court can summon anybody. If a Paris court can summon Obasanjo to come and give testimony, he will sit down. They will ask him question. And in fact, what happened recently, is it Oluwagunloye or something, the Minister of Power during Obasanjo, Anna David, God bless you, say you are right, I remember. If a Paris court can summon a whole Obasanjo, who is Sanwo-Olu that federal court cannot summon? Let's just say it ourselves. What excuse does Wike want to give? Wike is even already in the FCT anyway. He's already the minister of FCT. So even if he decides to trek, to do trekathon, he will get to the court. He will get to the court. If you are watching me, you are yet to subscribe to this channel. Help me press the like button. It's free to press like, Press the like button, great people. So Malami is needed to come and explain the repatriation. Then the case was instituted by Malami himself as the Attorney General of the Federation. Now, another way, somebody like Kanu Agabi, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, you see all these dangerous lawyers. I call them dangerous lawyers in the sense that Kanu Agabi now, if Malami comes, they will not stop at repatriation. They will not stop at, the institution of the case. They may go to, Attorney General, what convinced you to institute the case against Nnamdi Kanu? But there is one Bello Tunji, notorious bandit. When you captured him, Bello Tunji, bombed this village, collected tax in this village. They will list all the sins of Bello Tunji. But then you are the Attorney General. Why did you not charge Bello? So the one of Malami is a very delicate one. In fact, Malami na he get problem pass. If it's Suponia, you know, if the Suponia, Malami na he get problem pass. Because he will have a lot of explanation to make. And he should be ready for some great embarrassment. So as of all these people, na Malami I pity pass. Na Malami I pity pass. Because if Malami is not careful, wait till they go ask am. My people give me like, if I do analysis and sweat come off for my body, it means say the analysis na J1 I do, e enter body. So help me like this video, my people. So Malami will have to prove the repatriation, and he have to prove the case on that. What Buhari cannot answer. Now Buhari is dead. What Buhari cannot answer, Malami is playing three role. Is playing the role of former Attorney General that the case was instituted under him. He's playing the role of the representative of the Buhari government. He's also playing the role of the late Buhari, 3 in 1. So even if anybody do not appear, you see that Malami, he must appear. That's one thing I noticed. If anybody do not appear, that Malami is very crucial. Now let us go to Buratai. Nnamdi Kanu also took up Buratai in the case as witness. Now, Tuko Buratai was the, I think, chief of army staff at that point in time. The reason is that in Nigeria, tackling terrorism, banditry should naturally be the function of the Nigerian police. No be army supposed to follow bandits, all this Boko Haram. In a functional society, na job of police or maybe Mopo. You guys know that Mopo is the military of the police. They are the punching arm of the Nigerian police. Those on where they wear green something and black. Those are the mobile. Mobile police. Mobile police, they are always on standby in case of any riot or anything. For instance, when Omoyele Sowore recently led protest against Nnamdi Kanu, that protest that Sowore led, I can tell you that the mobile force are already on standby, but you will not know. The mobile police, they are on standby. Those ones are trained to curb protest, to curb insurrection. The mobile police will already be on standby. If the police that are wearing the normal uniform, that they are camo or that they are black, if the situation goes beyond their control, they are finding it difficult to manage that protest. Then they will deploy the mobile phone police, the MOPO. You will just see that all of a sudden, those that are wearing green and black will just surface at the protest ground. They will just come. So it is the police or the mobile police, those that wear green and something and black, the MOPO, that are supposed to handle all this banditry, Boko Haram, and all those things. If things were going well in Nigeria. But in this case, you have that anything that has to do with Boko Haram, terrorism, banditry, now military, that they use pass. It's the military that handles it. Police is handling, he collect my phone, he don't collect my phone. He owe me money, he don't owe me money. He slap me, he don't slap me. He toast my girl, he don't toast my girl. He abused me, my mama, he don't abuse my mama. Police are handling that. But in terms of some of these things that relates to Nnamdi Kanu as regards, treason or terrorism, it is the military that is handling it. So by so doing, Buratai, that was the head of the Nigerian military at that point in time, Nnamdi Kanu is saying, come forward. Come forward. What are the intelligence reports that you saw that qualify Nnamdi Kanu to be convicted for either treason or terrorism as the cases, because both offense carries capital punishment most times. So, Buratai, you are still alive. Come forward. Come and speak on behalf of the Nigerian military. What did you guys see at that point in time? So you can see that Nnamdi Kanu wants to use his enemy to set himself free because he believes that he's being persecuted. His enemies, in quote, have nothing substantial against him. So he's telling them that, okay, come forward, come and explain, because I know that you will not have anything substantial to say. You can see the strategy that Kanu is using. Hamilton Luna says, my brother, no be lie, your analysis dey touch body. If you dey touch body, help me like the video, my dear brother. On this platform, there's something I usually say. I know that one day I'll go and meet my creator. Everybody will die. So I have conscience, and that's why I usually say I don't hate anybody, I don't like anybody. I will just speak the truth, not minding who sucks is God. Sometimes I go favor you, sometimes no go favor. That's why I call myself the political scientist. That you cannot like me, you cannot hate me. I fit talk one today, you go vex, go sleep. Oh, that Deji, I hate him. Tomorrow you feel come watch, you be like, oh, Deji, great guy. That is it, you know. So, Buratai, we have to come and explain why he ordered the invasion, because one of the reasons why Nnamdi Kanu was not granted bail was because the government is arguing that he jumped bail. And if they release him again, he will not honor the invitation of the court if he run away. Now, Nnamdi Kanu is arguing that the reason why I jumped bail was because the army invaded my home. I did my home, they chill, jeje. God don't grant me bail. I did house, they chill. The military stormed his home, according to Nnamdi Kanu. Say the military come storm my house, and in the process of that, I was able to escape. So if military battalion they storm my house, you expect me say I go wait? I don't go wait now. I go escape for my life. But before the invasion of the military that allegedly led to the death of over 20 persons, I didn't jump bail. I was in, that's the argument of Canada. I was in Nigeria. He didn't jump bail. He was in the country. Nothing happened at that point in time, but the Nigerian military, for reason best known to them, in all fairness, decided to invade his home. So Nnamdi Kanu now, from the bail perspective, Buratai is relevant because the court looked at the same case and granted him bail before. Now, the court has not granted him bail because they said he jumped bail. And Kanu is saying that I didn't jump bail, I ran for my life. Now, Jeje, I sit down. They invaded my home. What do you expect me to do? So, under the circumstance, Buratai is relevant. That is why. You see that Kanu Agabi, the lead counsel to now, it's not Allah Ejimako, that one that has beards. No. You can Google the name Kanu Agabi. Now, very, you know what they call, with profound respect to his elderly person, there are some lawyers that they are mad. Like the way they reason. That's why they said that, oh, if you have a case, they would say, oh, go and get a good lawyer. The reason is because even if you commit that offense, it get as you go get good lawyer. If your lawyer mad, like Kanu Agabi, my brother, you feel work free. You feel work free. That's why they usually say, get a good lawyer. So now, on the aspect of the bail, Buratai is relevant. Now, another way that Buratai, as the chief of army staff as at then, is relevant as a witness, why Nnamdi Kanu is apparently saying they should summon him, is because Buratai at that time would have given the order, or his delegate. What do I mean by delegate? For instance, Egbetokun is the Inspector General of Police. But Moshood Oluwadare Jimoh, the Commissioner of Police, is acting on behalf of Egbetokun as his delegate to oversee policing in Lagos. He reports back to Egbetokun. So the invasion of Nnamdi Kanu's home was either ordered by Buratai at that point in time, or his delegate, somebody that Buratai have delegated duties to. So if it was Buratai, they will give him report. If it was his delegate, because the matter is of a national importance that has to do with the secession of Nigeria that has taken ethnic dimension on such an important assignment, the delegate will give report back to Buratai. So Buratai is somebody that is well aware of everything that led to the invasion of Kanu's home. Let me give you an example. If you are watching me, help me like this video, share it, press the love button. Now, let me give you an example. Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho. When Sunday Igboho's home was invaded by the DSS, the state leader of the DSS at that time would have known about it, or is acting under the command of the Director General of the DSS. What's the name of that? Bichi, that's the name of the DG of SSS at that point in time. I've told you guys that you guys should stop abusing SSS. I've given the analysis before. Some of you that will abuse army, it's because you are just ignorant of their mode of operation sometimes. I've told you, these guys are trying. It's not easy to be a security agent in Nigeria. I swear to God. Those guys are going through a lot. But that's another analysis for another day. Now, when they invaded Sunday Igboho's house, they are acting on the order from the top, or the person where they meet to where they the state is acting on behalf of the person at the top. Even if they now carry it out on their own, because it was a matter that have taken national dimension, they have to report back to Bichi, the DSS DG, say, Oga, we just hear important information, say that guy, he don't bring bomb, come, he want the bomb places, so we got strike immediately. So they will give Bichi all the security reports and everything. So Bichi cannot say he's not aware of why and how Sunday Igboho's house was invaded. So now, in this case, the agency of government, the security agent that was involved mostly in that of Kanu's invasion was the military, headed by Buratai, Yusuf Magashi Bichi. God bless you, Ayola Olatunji. Bichi was the DJ at that point. So, why did you send the military to invade his home? Apart from the case of bail or no bail, it's Buratai that can prove that. Why? What was the intelligence report that you got against my client, Kanu Agabi? We asked, what is the intelligence report at that time that made you to decide that you want to invade Nnamdi Kanu's house? Who gave the order at that point in time? Then, what was the outcome of the operation? Was it true that 20-something people were killed? What was the outcome? Then what did you find in that particular location? Okay, you suspect that Kanu was stockpiling arms. You suspect. When you invaded the home, did you find arms? Where are the arms? Where are the video? Where are the people? Those are the things they will use to convict Kanu for a capital offense. So Kanu is now saying that these people that say that commit this offense, help me bring them. They are my witness. You can see in fact, I don't pray to have a case. I don't pray. But if I have case, if I get money, now that Kanu Agabi, I go higher. I don't go lie you. Now that Kanu Agabi, now I go higher. Because from the knowledge of this case, he may eventually be convicted. I don't know, but he has some very brilliant lawyers. I must say. Very, very brilliant lawyers. Very, very brilliant. Because now, if you say that you invaded somebody's home, before you invade somebody's home, and over 20 people go by, you may say, that person, you must have find maybe, armor tank for that person's house. 25 people, you must have find about 25 people for that. You must have find armor tank for that particular house. So when the invasion occurred that Kanu said made him run away, what did you find? Those things that you find will make you to nail Nnamdi Kanu for terrorism. But if you now come to court and say we didn't find anything, wait, you didn't find anything. Narrate person house. Now buy over 20 people and I not find anything. How this person they be terrorist then? You know, it go dey difficult somehow because they go look say So which intelligence report you take go invade person house? So these are the trap that Kanu is setting for the government. And you know that at the end of the day, as I said when I was giving you why Kanu would have listed Sanwo-Olu, I said it will later be embarrassing because there's something we call cross-examination, which is that if Kanu's lawyer begin to ask this case, okay, Buratai, come. When you invade these guys, was it the military that carried it out? Yes. When I invaded, it was reported that many people buy these social people. Is it true? Yes or no? Okay. Now, what you now find for the house? How many AK-47? How many materials that depict someone as a terrorist did you find in that location? You cannot say, oh, I find 25 phones. No. 25 phones does not depict somebody as a terrorist, and you can't use that to call. No. How many bullets, how many arms, how many ammunition did you find in that home? You have to say, but if you can't prove it in the court that you find so things, then Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer will now argue that, oh, my lord, this thing is not proven beyond reasonable doubt. How will you now sentence my client to life imprisonment or death by hanging? So some of you that are abusing Kanu, no, Kanu is wise, and I like his legal team. I swear, I like his, the technicality of his. In fact, I didn't been, I'm around. If they can give me access to just sit in court, JJ, and just be looking, because I believe I will have a lot to learn from the argument of that case. Make I just witness all the fireworks. You understand? It go sweet me, guy. I swear, it go too sweet me. So Buratai is very instrumental. Let's imagine something. I'm just imagining now that when they raid Kanu's home, they now find plenty jagamu for the house. And say, Army get that record. Will you list Buratai as a witness? You don't die now. I'm on a straight to FIR. You don't understand? Maybe we just reason now. Maybe we reason now. Say, Army storm your house. They say you won't collect Biafra. At the end of the day, they may convict Kanu maybe because he's a careless talker. Because I have a video of Nnamdi Kanu. Sincerely, he was talking very carelessly. I won't lie to you. But to prove that beyond words, to prove that he made those things happen may be difficult for the government. Because if truly, maybe he stockpile one arm somewhere, Army find that particular arm, you go call list chief of army staff as witness. You don't kill yourself now. You don't understand? Maybe we just reason that you don't kill yourself because the chief of army staff, he go just come say, thank God, oh, we won't kill you before now. You don't help us. You don't buy yourself. He go just come to court. Oh yeah, my lord. See, when we go there, we receive so intelligence. When we go to the house, we saw 150 AK-47 rifle. We saw, 200 bombs. We saw, 500 missile. We saw, so bullet. We saw so this, so that. You don't kill yourself now. You don't finish yourself. So I see a situation whereby Nnamdi Kanu may exonerate himself based on the burden of evidence of proof, but his oration, his careless talking may be what will lead him into trouble. But in terms of evidence of the action, Nnamdi Kanu now, if you say that, oh, go to that place and, level that place, which weapon him provide for them to level the place? Government fit no fit prove am, maybe, but because say him talk say, oh, go level that place, dem fit come find am guilty say no. For you to talk say make dem go level that place, you don incite people. That's what I respectfully foresee. Because for him to list Buratai, as witness, if Buratai get many evidence against you, you no go list am make come finish your life, because you go just bring all the evidence now. You go just bring am, you know. So apparently, I foresee a situation whereby the military may not have found any arms or ammunition in Kanu. So, and I just hope that Kanu doesn't fall into the category of people where we say they get mouth well. You know, some people, they will say, oh, I will buy you, I will destroy you. You dey crazy. But at the end of the day, they're very soft though. I know there are some people like that. They don't get liver, they don't feel harm you. Some people they like that too. That their vibration self go, they fear you. You know? Say, this you, I go fight you today. I go, your papa, one blow, your papa go die, your mama go die. Some of these Lagos Admiral, they are good in that regard. Your papa, your mama, this, that. I hope Kanu doesn't fall into that category. Because that is the little signal that I'm saying. Because for you to have confidence, well, Motown, you don't, I have to isolate you, but let me tell you your offense first. You see this point where you drop now, most Nigerians, what you lack is manners. This point where you drop now as an elderly person, because I know say if you don't marry, you feel still right hand without abusing people. You say, what happened to your brain? No, you mad, ne? You know the reason right, ne? You say, so you think Buratai will come to the court and take charge? I've explained that before, that the big manism of Nigeria, but the court has the right to, subpoena anybody. So if you join me halfway, sorry, let me, one thing, you have power to either watch or not. I have power to determine how you participate. So if you don't have morals, I can't teach you. I'm not your parent. I'm not your father. I'm not your mother. And how you behave in a public place talks about your upbringing. So it speaks to the house that you come from. So anything you type now, nobody can see you. That's the power I have over you. I've already isolated you. Nobody can see what you are typing, So it speaks to, when I started, there was one person, Rachel Fisher. I don't know whether he's still watching me. I made some comment about Rachel Fisher, that this person, I wish to know the house that he comes from, because the way he contributes, it speaks to the kind of upbringing that he has. You can disagree with people without necessarily abusing or raining curses on them or something. It shows maybe you are mannerless, or maybe you are from a house that they throw stones, they throw bottle. Your mother usually calls your father will respond, Oloshi, your mother will curse back, Olori Buruku. That is the house you are from. So that upbringing, that mannerlessness, will now follow you to train your child in a mannerless way, to marry a mannerless person, and to bring that mannerless to a public forum. So you take it elsewhere. You understand? So that is it. You can disagree. You can say anything. I can't, for instance, now, if I'm analyzing, I'm doing a lot of things at a time. Number one, I'm analyzing. Number two, I'm the one moderating. Number three, my eyes is on the comment section. No go sweat. That's why I say eat no day. No go sweat. You know see trace of sweat. Now only me they handle everything. If you think it's easy, Come and sit down and analyze and speak about this topic for 5, 10 minutes. Maybe you will even get something meaningful to say. And if I look now, you feel no get OND. You feel no get OND. You feel be one rat tag. Maybe say you don't even go school. So ordinarily, you are not qualified to be in my class. You are not qualified to be in my class. If I'm teaching as a PhD holder, you feel no even get the qualification to sit in that class. That's what some of you don't know. So don't come and just insult people anyhow. It's not only me. If you insult another viewer, I go isolate you. That's how I do. Because I know some people watching me are 70-something-year-old. So you that maybe you are a 20-year-old guy, you just see somebody because you don't know the person, you just insult the person. And that person is older than your grandparent. Isolation straight. I can teach you politics, but I can't teach you moral. How many times you don't hear me call Tinubu Oloshi? How many times you don't hear me abuse Wike? I don't do it. Because I have a lot to say, I have a lot to contribute. It's when you don't have nothing to contribute, you'll be abusing people and all that. You know, that's why I have to isolate you. But if you are still watching me, try and change you so that your children will not be like you and come and be constituting public nuisance. Now, I've talked about Buratai and how Buratai is very, very important to this case. You know, my dear brother says, how many times have the case been tried and acquitted? Ego Olori. Hmm. The case may still go back to the High Court. I said it earlier. Unfortunately, it may still go back to High Court because if this witness that Nnamdi Kanu, and that's why some people are saying that this case is more of a political solution, and I agree. Absolutely agree that it is a political solution that will resolve this case. I agree. Because now, if you don't use the political solution for this case, and you don't give Nnamdi Kanu the witness that is asking for, the implication is that the Supreme Court, like I said earlier, if they don't have enough evidence, because it's a capital punishment that if he's found guilty, they will say, go and retry that case. Go and call those go and call those witnesses. Give those witnesses the opportunity. Examine the testimony of those witnesses and use it to make a judgment. And use it to make a judgment. For instance, now, this my dear sister now, this woman, Abosede Ojo, right? She's watching me from US. I've never seen her before. I've never seen what she looks like, but she calls me. But from when she calls, you can know that this person is at least maybe an averagely or an elderly person. How can elderly people be watching me and some people will now be, no, that's nonsense. That's why I don't tolerate. They are the former vice chancellors on my platform. They are vice chancellor. There was a woman, she's 80 something. She watched one of my video. She now messaged me. She said, oh, I'm former vice chancellor, something, something, something. I was very humble that, eh? For a former VC to watch your video, still can't write you. It means say you perhaps make sense more, you get potential to make sense. You don't understand? If it means that you make sense or you get potential to make sense. That's why a former vice chancellor, you know what it means to be a VC, retired professor, emeritus professor. Go. I wrote a piece. Go and read that piece. I think Sahara Reporter was one of the people that published it years ago. Is being Nigerian a misfortune? That's the title of that piece. Is being Nigerian a misfortune? I encourage you to search for it at the end of this video, read it. Is being Nigerian a misfortune? I wrote that piece when I was here to bag a PhD. And when I released that piece, some of you think, say, now today I start. No, be today. Oh. There was a time I was writing media article. I was a student. I would write it. I would send it to the email of Nigerian medias. That's why if you Google my name, you see some old articles that I've written on leadership newspapers, Sahara Reporters. You will see it there. A professor wrote me from UK when he read that article. He said, then I wasn't in the UK. He said, I want to give you access to Chatham House. that I'm a professor in UK. I read this article. I know you have great potentials. I want to give you access to Chatham House. If they are doing anything, conference or anything, they'll be giving you pass to enter. You know what it means? Let's not talk about some of. So if me that have passed through the process, that have been writing media article, went to back BSc, master's PhD, and you have opportunity to listen to me, you come and tell me that I'm stupid because you don't like what I'm saying. Not that what I'm saying is wrong, but because you are ignorant, you don't have the knowledge, and you just come and say, "Oh, you are stupid, you are a fool." No, I will explanate you. Let's continue, my people. I have interesting. Don't let them distract us. Now, I've told you that of Buratai. Make I tell you that of Danjuma. Then I will tell you that of Wike. Danjuma, then Wike. You see that of Wike? You see, this Kanu guy. Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu don't, you don't say, he get us, they go deal with you rich. You say, you go just mad for the person where they deal with you. You don't understand. Person see you today, he smack you. Another person see you tomorrow, he smack you. Another person see you tomorrow, he smack. One day, you go just craze for their neck. Say, even now, kill me. Okay, me na kuku kill me. Say, why not they smack me? That's the stage Kanu is. Because if I tell you that of Wike, you will laugh. Now, Danjuma, Theophilus Danjuma. How will I explain this one of Danjuma for people to understand? Good. There are some people we call owners of Nigeria. Listen attentively, please. If you, there are some people that they usually call owners of Nigeria. You would have been hearing owners of Nigeria, owners of Nigeria. Owners of Nigeria are people that are close to position of power and authority in Nigeria at one point in time. Owners of Nigeria are people that have been given oil well before. Follow me, please. Owners of Nigeria are people that have been given oil well. Before you can get oil well in Nigeria, you are one of the owners of Nigeria. There's nothing anybody can tell me. To get oil well. Owners of Nigeria are those that have oil well. Owners of Nigeria are maybe all these former head of state, all these, members of the Supreme Military Council, SMC. Yes, I think I got it right. Now what we have is Federal Executive Council, FEC, in a democracy. During the military era, they have this Supreme Military Council, something like, I think I got this, will be Supreme Military Council. You see those Supreme Military Council? Those are the owners of Nigeria. If they are saying owners of Nigeria, you have the likes of Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, Abdulsalami Abubakar, Olusegun Obasanjo, Atiku Abubakar. These are people that, in fact, Nigeria served them. They usually say that, oh, you serve your country. No, for owners of Nigeria served them. Because Nigeria made them who they are, and they are very powerful and influential. One of such people is Danjuma, Theophilus Danjuma. I think he's former minister of, is it defense or something? Theophilus Danjuma. Pamela, how are you? I see you. Pamela saying, where have you been since? Pam Pamela. I think you are watching me from UK. My dear sister, Abosede just says, Danjuma na Baba, mover and shaker. You see, say elderly people. You see how they talk. Elderly people. You see, say they know Danjuma. You see this woman now, Abosede Ojo, that I spoke about, that she's watching me from US. You will not say she's an averagely or maybe very elderly person for her to know Danjuma. Gen Z no fit know Danjuma. No, you can't know that. Where you want to know Danjuma? If you are a Gen Z, it's your dad that will know Danjuma. You can't know Danjuma. If the musician that you know is David, if you don't know musicians like Oliver the Coke, you don't know musicians like Sonia Day, Ebenezer Obey in their prime time, you can't know Danjuma. Theophilus Danjuma is one of the owners of Nigeria. They are not the names that you go just some owners of Nigeria are very popular. Everybody knows them. If you say Obasanjo now, who don't know Obasanjo? If you say IBB now, who don't know IBB? If you say Abdul Salam, who don't know Abdul Salam? If you say Mustafa, that Abacha CSO, Mustafa that was tried for the something of Kudirat Abiola or something, who don't know him? But Theophilus Danjuma are people that they chop power, they get influence, but they hibernate themselves. You don't see them anyhow. You don't see them for newspaper. Now, Theophilus Danjuma made a statement some time ago as a retired military officer. He said that the military is colluding with some of these bandits and terrorists in the north, that every community should defend themselves. Somebody should help me Google his name. The position he held, minister of something. I think it's maybe defense. Or let me Google the name and look for his position. Theophilus Danjuma. Please, somebody should help me out. Theophilus Danjuma. God bless you. You see, Anthony E.O. Udomba says, I know him too well, 1960s. Now, this man now, this Anthony E.O. Udomba now, for him to know Theophilus Danjuma and know, sorry, Uncle Anthony, please, let me intrude in your privacy. How old are you, sir? How old are you, sir? Please, if you are still watching, Anthony E.O. Udomba, please tell us your age. Thank God nobody can see your face. How old are you? I want to know. I want to use it to do an illustration. I'm waiting for your comment. How old are you? So, Danjuma is one of the people that have all this. These are the owners of Nigeria. Danjuma said that, if you don't defend yours, don't forget that Danjuma is a product of Nigerian military. A general, Theophilus Danjuma. For a general to come out and say the military, his constituency, is colluding with all these terrorists and bandits. Say water pass Gary. You don't understand that level. You don't understand. For a former military something, Danjuma, former chief of staff, God bless you, Ibrahim Adewale, God bless you. You can see that on this platform, we make sense. We know they abuse, we know they play for years. We just learn from each other. I forget now, you remind me. So me too, you don't help me today. Ibrahim Adewale, God bless you, my dear brother. Former chief of army staff, former minister of defense. I think it's minister of defense or something. Now, for a former minister of defense, that the whole security of Nigeria, minister of defense, they under him. To come out and say, defend yourself. See, God bless you, my dear brother Anthony. You are born on 1st October 1960. Me, my own birthday is October 2nd. I was born October 2nd. Now, he was born 1960. That means you are 60-something years old. My people, when I told you that most of the people that listen to me are not Gen Z, are people that value knowledge, are people that have experience in life, are elderly people. Some of you will think maybe I'm making mouth. You see now. This our uncle here, Anthony E.O. Udomba, over 60-something years, is watching me. Now, how will I be speaking? An elderly man is giving me his audience, and one ragtag, maybe a 25-year-old non-entity, will now be disturbing the plan. I will isolate you. Because non-entities don't listen to me. If you are a non-entity, say you can't watch me for 5 minutes, you will get tired because you are either not intelligent or not prospectively intelligent. That's why I maintain a decent platform, because I know the caliber of people that watch me. If you want to do weary, go to TikTok. You will see a lot of young guys there streaming, just doing weary. Or go and watch cartoon. Now, Theophilus Danjuma, my dear uncles and aunties, Theophilus Danjuma said that defend yourself. Get me right. This is not Emeka Ike, actor. This is not Ramsey Noah. This is not Edochie. This man, the elderly Edochie that has beard, not you, Edochie, the son. No. This is not Ogogo or Nkem Owo that is saying defend yourself. A former minister of defense, chief of army staff, said defend yourself. Now, I suspect, although I know that somebody like Theophilus Danjuma, even if you summon him, he won't come because of the normal Nigerian big man something. You understand? If it is US, he will go. He has no choice. If not, then we issue warrant of arrest. Police will go and arrest him, bundle him to the court. But in Nigeria, we have our pattern. You understand? Now, Theophilus Danjuma, that statement that he made, I think that is why Nnamdi Kanu would have listed him as a witness. You know something about politics and governance, particularly if you read a particular field up to PhD level, you become what we call an authority in that field, like a medical doctor. If a medical doctor sees you, we ask for the symptoms. What is wrong with you? Are you feeling headache? Are you feeling cold? Do you feel like vomiting? Those symptoms can make him assert that you are having malaria. Same for politics and governance. You don't need to give me all the information. Just give me the list of witnesses. Because I'm a thoroughbred in political science. If I sit down like this, I already know why you are saying they should bring such people. That's why I'm a scholar in political science. I already know. Nnamdi Kanu doesn't need to tell me. You see that statement that Danjuma said. Nnamdi Kanu would think that, okay, come, help me summon him to come and tell us more about the insecurity in Nigeria that warranted him to say we should defend ourselves. Because that defend yourself was what I relied on. For instance, now, that statement of Danjuma, I can say I rely on it because it was an authority that spoke. For instance, now, maybe I now gather boys, say we want to do vigilante for my village. We can't gather cutlass, this, that, this. Maybe DSS or police, they come will me say, how you go do this kind of thing? I can't say, Now, what did Danjuma talk? Because Danjuma, where they talk, no be ice cream seller, no be pastor. Now, former minister of defense. Now, former army chief. Where can they tell me, say, no lose guard for army, no rely on army. They don't dey complicit. If you rely on them, you go buy you, and I no want buy. Now, it make me assemble my youth, say, make we dey protect ourselves. Look at that argument. Does it sound logical? Apparently, yes. Because the person that spoke is an authority, not a former, a chief of, a former minister of defense. That's why Nnamdi Kanu, I foresee a situation whereby Kanu may want to argue that, you see, the boys that are with me is for protection. Okay, Danjuma said this, said that. Danjuma, did you say so? Yes. Why did you say so? So the line, that line of Danjuma, that's why I said yes on Wike. That's why Nnamdi Kanu apparently said they should call him as a witness to come and attest to the insecurity in Nigeria that warrant every ethnic group or household to protect themselves. But all these people, they will apparently not come. If you are watching me, you are here to subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notification button and, of course, help me like this video. My dear sister, Aboseduju said, in fact, the day that the Danjuma said it, I knew we were in a very big trouble. As a matter of fact, that's where we are heading. For instance, Danjuma saying defend yourself is like Jesus Christ telling you rapture will take place tomorrow. They born you and make you not believe Jesus Christ. Are you the Son of God? Are you God's PA? Do you know heaven more than Jesus Christ? Do you know the way of the Lord more than Jesus Christ? Do you know the mind of God more than Jesus Christ? That is exactly how it is. Imagine you are able to meet Jesus now and he tell you that, oh, my friend, I just say make I yarn you rapture now next week Sunday, 4 p.m. Now because you be good guy, now I just tell you, just keep on secret too. You tell me, say you no go believe Jesus Christ. That's how Danjuma is in this case. Authority on security matters in Nigeria. Minister of Defense, retired general. If you don't know his name, Google him. You will see his photo. Theophilus Danjuma, one of the owners of Nigeria. There are some people that they want to be bragging or they want to be claiming or they want to be claiming position of owners of Nigeria. Now lie. All this weekend, they are just all those weekend, they are just small boys. Oh. Some of them are trying to claim to be owners of Nigeria. You see them, now then go talk pass, now then go shakara pass. Now lie. Gen Z will be seeing the likes of Wike as owners of Nigeria. Now lie. Me, I'm not too old though, but with by virtue of my education and expertise, I know that all this Wike, mhm, the real owners of Nigeria are the likes of Theophilus Danjuma. Theophilus Danjuma is the type that if he's on the phone, if they tell Tinubu now, say, Excellency, sir, there's somebody on phone. Oh, who? He say, Danjuma. If Tinubu want to enter, you know that there are some people that you give them their respect. Is it Tio? Tio? If we want to hear what he wants to say, those are the owners of Nigeria. Theophilus Danjuma, Google his name, you will see him. So for him to come out and say, defend yourself, it's like Jesus Christ telling you about God. You can't say you want to doubt him. I think that is where Danjuma would have come in. Wike, let's go to Wike. My people, a lot is going on in Nigeria. If they watch my video, if you know they pray for me, you did wicked, because some of you will just enjoy me. Nigeria is the most risky country to analyze because if you speak and they don't like what you are saying, some of them will not wait for you to say what they like. They will just conclude that, oh, this one, he be enemy. Oh, you know, Nigerians, the way they operate. And me, I don't do faceless channel. All this face, no, why will I do faceless channel? For what? I can't hide. This is my face. It takes a lot of courage if you understand Nigeria very well. Now Nigeria buy the legiwa, you know no. Now them buy Saruwiwa. I pray may they no buy Showore. ah, Nigeria. Wike, let's talk about Wike. One of the things that was coming in that trial, there's something you will recall the Obigbo massacre. Obigbo massacre. Kanu's name was mentioned in that regard. God bless you for helping me, tap the love button. You can tap it as much as possible. God bless you. Like this video if you are yet to, subscribe if you are yet to. Obigbo massacre. Now, Nnamdi Kanu would apparently want you to drag Wike come and talk about the Obigbo something. Or you come and link me to it. Just like the answer something. So if all these people, God bless you, my dear sister, Linda Madu, watching me from US. Is it US or UK? Remind me, Linda Madu. I remember you very well. You know. Now Linda Madu give me super chat one time like that. I remember. God bless you, Linda Madu. Great to have you. Is this super chat or super sticker? Remember. Saruwiwa 1996. Was it 1996? No, I don't think it's 1996. So Saruwiwa should be 1990 or 1993. I don't think it's 1996. Saruwiwa and the other 8, popularly called Ogoni 9. I don't think it's 1996. It's either 1990 or 1993 that he was killed. I think October 1993 or something. 1990 or 1993. But I don't think it's 1996. Well, I stand to be corrected, Cha. Yeah, New York. God bless you, Linda Mari. Okay, somebody said it's 95. Oh, he said, but Saruwiwa is 95. Okay, 95. Abacha, ruthless guy. No, as I was saying, help me like this video. Give me like if you are here to like. Subscribe if you are here to. Yes, on Wike. But yeah, come and talk about the OP or something. So looking at the list of people that Nnamdi Kanu called, I think he has a very good case, and it now goes on these people to prove why they are charging him for what he's charging him for. But then, even if Sanwo-Olu is unable to prove that Nnamdi Kanu like inspired answers, right? If Nnamdi Kanu is able to prove that he relied on Theophilus Danjuma's statement to protect himself, if Malami is unable to justify his, follow me very well, I'm doing a review now. If Malami is unable to justify his repatriation, and the case, as you know, as instituted during the Buhari regime, if Buratai is unable to justify the invasion of his home, November 10, God bless you, Lambert and Umezuke. Anthony says, I was in Lagos that day. Which day? Was it when the Wike and Saruwiwa? I've done a scientific research in Ogoni land before. I met, you know, some of the traditional, like the late Guinewa, some of you will know him, GNK Guinewa. I have a picture with him. I know some very prominent Ogoni, something that I would not like to mention there. And I've done scientific research before. It was during that scientific research that one Okada go carry me. I was coming from University of Port Harcourt where I went to interview a professor. I don't want to mention his name. And I was on Okada. Now, maybe the Okada don't go smoke conk. Now, he go drop me inside one pit like that. Both my phone, my gadget, research tools, my clothes, everything. Whoa, inside that pit, full of rainwater, brown water. I look up, I look down, I know if he cry. That's why. Oh God. Ah. Uh, do you know that some of my friends they usually laugh at me? Some of my friends they will tell me, let me share some secret with you. Some of my friends will tell me that Deji, you are too kind. Deji, what's your problem? You they sit down. If they analyze people for Nigerians, they analyze Nigerians will deserve to suffer. That's what some of my friends says. That at the end of not be all this Nigeria, because why? There's a level you get to, you'll be very greedy with your knowledge. All you want to do is to use it to better the life of yourself and your family, just make money. So some of my friends that are experts, they usually make jest of me. Say, Deji, you get YouTube. Those people are no. God forbid. Even some political scientists, that's why you see that you won't see them. They are thinking of how to, find one contract, be a political researcher, research analyst, do this one, get money here, get money there. And I don't blame them because the effort that you put, if you don't come online, one rat tag will not call you idiot or stupid. It's because you come online. That's why somebody will see you. He doesn't know you, will just call you idiot. So these are some of the things that discourage some experts. If as I come online now, there's an engineering expert and he comes, it will make sense. People will gain from him. If a medical doctor, look at this guy, Aproko doctor, right? I hope I got his name right. He will come and give some little health tips and say, if you eat this, it will do you like this. Some people that don't have access to medical facility is helping them to live their life in a meaningful way, health-wise. Does that not make sense? So if everybody is like Aproko doctor, that a medical doctor sharing medical tips, a political scientist giving you like empirical dissection of politics and happenings in the polity. If a sociologist come to speak, Nigeria will be better. But most experts, some people now only ONG they get greedy. They don't want to share any knowledge with you. There are some lawyers who will say they don't care. Let's appreciate ourselves, my people. So Wike have to come and prove, has to come and now prove some of these things. But this is where the problem is. That's why, if you ask me, a political solution is what can solve this thing. Because Nnamdi Kanu himself, he doesn't want to go down. And because he doesn't want to go down, he himself is making the trial uneasy for government to convict him. Because the kind of witness that he lists, arrogance will not make them to come. Bigmanism will not make them to come. Somebody like Sanwo-Olu now, he can send the Attorney General of Lagos State to represent him. The Attorney General of Lagos State is, the custodian of law in Lagos State. So he will just give him the order that give them any relevant thing they want. So Sanwo-Olu may not appear. Attorney General may appear on his behalf. It's okay. But for somebody like Malami, he must come. For somebody like Malami, they call them compelling witness. Compelling. Look at the English. Compelling. Witness that their testimony will make or mar the case. There are some roadside witness. You see her? Yes, I see her. You did there? Yes, you did. Yes, I did there. You did there? Ah, my lord, I know they there. What do you know about this matter? What I know be say when I dey come that day, I can't see one Okada. He passed my side. Later, I can't yet go for front. When I look back, I see say, one person don't die. How you tell no say now the person will pass to shoot am? I don't know, but I see say them pass me. After them pass me, now I yet go. I see say people buy. Those ones are roadside, But compelling witness. Compelling witness. Now, person will be say, for instance, the case of Marian Sanda, the guy that was there during the house, I think one Ibrahim or something, that was in the house when Sanda and her husband were fighting, and he separated them like 3 times before he resolved the matter and left for his home, only for him to be called a few hours later that his friend had died. That guy, that friend that was in the home with them, is a compelling witness. His testimony will make or mar the case. Whatever he says is important to getting justice on that matter. So whether anybody likes it or not, they must drag that guy to court. So somebody like Malami now is a compelling witness. He must be there. So if Malami decide not to come and government decide not to touch him, there's a problem with the evidence. Appeal court will review the evidence, won't collect fresh evidence. And if they see any little comma in the evidence that was used to convict somebody for a capital offense, do you know what it is? Retrial. They have to go and retry that person. If it gets to the Supreme Court and it's the same thing, it is retrial. So in this instance, the witness are big men. The witness are the untouchables. The witness are the owners of Nigeria. The witness are the people that we ordinarily do, I don't care. For instance, now I can bet you with 2 million naira that Theophilus Danjuma will not come. Theophilus Danjuma is 80 something. You want to come and sit down and be answering questions about whether to convict Kanu or not convict Kanu. Danjuma, they play. So he will not come. I can guarantee you that he will not come. You can still use force or style to drag the likes of Malami. If it's safe try. But the likes of Danjuma at that level, now if they won't come, they go come. Or if they go beg them, maybe Kanu's family know one of their family, they can't go beg. You will first go beg, go prostrate. Say, sir, please, please help us. If you don't come, if we go say make them go hang this guy, daddy, please, sir. na go kneel down. Maybe. So the kind of witness that is needed to convince the man, Nnamdi Kanu, they are difficult to assemble, though. I won't lie to you. By virtue of the Nigeria, for instance, if it were to be US, if you list Obama as witness, you list Joe Biden as witness, you list Kamala Harris as witness, you list Bill Clinton and Hillary, the wife, as witness, and they subpoena them, they will come. They will naturally come. They will say what they know. Oh, Obama will say, during my reign, this is what I know, this is what I know, this is what I know. They will go back home. But Nigeria, the big man style, will not make them to come. And if they don't come, and Kanu insists that this is the witness that can testify to his case, and those witnesses refuse to show up, can you go ahead and convict him and sentence him to death by hanging or life imprisonment if you find him guilty of the offense? So it is a very complex case. And that is why just do political solution. Tinubu, call leaders of the Southeast. Hey, oh yeah, now come. Kanu, stop being a stupid boy. I'm warning you. Kanu, behave yourself. Now they see the way I'm warning your boy now. Kanu, stop being a silly boy. I'm warning you now. If I hear pimp, you know the way our mothers used to do, our fathers. If I hear pimp again, you'll be in trouble. Oh yeah, sign. Say, I no go hear pimp. Leaders of the Southeast, I need 10 leaders to come sign for am. 3 traditional rulers, 4 politicians, 3 billionaires, like this innocent guy. I've forgotten his name. Oh yeah, if you guys believe in him, I want to hand him over to you. Oh yeah, make una sign. They will sign. They will say, Mr. President, don't worry, hand him over to us. Finish. Tinubu doesn't have anything to gain if Kanu goes to jail. That's one thing. Whether you go to jail, you don't go to jail. The president has nothing to gain or lose. So ordinarily, why would he want you to go to jail? Except if there are people that are putting fire behind. We have some very useless people in Nigeria. They will say, oh, Kanu, we are praying for your release. We are fighting for your release. If they go to the president, they'll look, Mr. President, don't release that boy. He's a useless boy. Don't release him. Don't release him. If you release him, he will scatter Nigeria. Mr. President will say, you sure? I sure. They're very sure. Thank you. There are some people like that. But normally, what does the president want to gain by sending somebody to life imprisonment or work? There's nothing to gain. And that is why I said that political solution. Call leaders in the Southeast, warn him, give him serious work, let him sign. If I hear PEM, then people will not say that I've not tried. Because this case, I won't lie to you, it's difficult to arrive at a judgment. I won't lie to you. From what I'm saying, if they want to really do it the way they want, they should do it. It's very difficult because you can't convict without a witness. No, you have to rely on the witness. My own verdict on the case, no, I can't give you a verdict. It's the judge that will give verdict, but I foresee a situation that at the end of the day, because if you look at the way all these things are going, they may end up end up convicting him, not because they were able to provide arms and ammunition, but because of word of mouth. That's why I said Nnamdi Kanu appears to be somebody that is temperamental. Now, he wants to say that what Kanu apparently wants to prove is that all what he's saying, he didn't mean it, that he doesn't have any arms and ammunition. That's why we say bring Buratai. He wants to prove that he doesn't have any bomb anywhere. That's why we say bring Buratai. He wants to prove some things. That's why we say bring Malami. But even if these people come, by virtue of is word of mouth and the influence he carries as the leader of IPOB, whereby you inherit the asset and liability. There's something called asset and liability, which is, just to break it down, the good and bad. The good and the bad. So if you are the leader of, let's say, Tinubu now. Tinubu, when he got into power, he inherited the asset and liability of the Buhari government. Buhari government don't borrow money. That one a liability. Now Tinubu, they pay the money. Now, Buhari government, they don't do rail from Lagos to somewhere or wherever. Tinubu government go dey collect tax from that rail or earn money from that road by virtue of toll gate fee. That one an asset. So if you are a leader, you will inherit asset and liability. Same also, you will be held responsible for the asset and liability. So at the end of the day, I see a situation whereby Kanu may be convicted not because of what he has done, but because of what the members of the organization he led has done, and not because he has stockpiled arms, but apparently because of his word of mouth, out of anger and temperament that, oh, they are killing my Igbo people, Fulani want to invade our land, out of that anger, that momentary anger that is speaking, they may use that one, even if they don't, even if all these prominent people comes up, that word of mouth and the action of some of his boys, they may now use it against him. That is what I foresee on the long run. Let's see how it will go. But what do I believe in? I believe that give him a second chance. For all have sinned and cut short of the glory of God. So if Sunday Igboho have sinned to the Nigerian authority and is given a second chance, extend it to Kanu. All these bandits, all these skinny, if you are giving them peace talk, extend it to Kanu too. Just so that they can, because if you imagine now, if you convict Kanu, you will create ethnic tension. You will create problem. Because every ethnic group has its problem child. Every ethnic group has its problem child. Real Biafra TV say you don't know what you are saying. Don't make slippery statement. What did I say that make you say you don't know what I'm saying? Don't just mix. I've told you guys before. Maybe you are just watching me live. There's nothing you call slippery statement. A statement that has no meaning. A statement that you can't rely on it to make any logical reasoning. What did I say that you disagree with? Then you will say, oh, you don't know what you are saying as regards so, and so. The other people can learn from what you are writing. That's how to make a comment to a public discourse. Not that you just come and say, you don't know what you are saying. I've said so many things. Which one did you disagree with, or you feel you have a superior argument? That's how to, and you see now, you didn't pay school fees now. I've given you free knowledge now. Some of you, they'll give you free knowledge. Instead of you to grab it and be a better person, you will still not use it. Free knowledge that I've given you now for free. Oh. You see, you abused me now. Now free knowledge that they give you. So tell me, what do you disagree? Make a complete statement. Make a statement in context. You understand? So that is what I see that may happen about this Kanu issue. But I believe that what is best is what? A political solution. That's what I feel can resolve it. Political solution. For me, that is what I see that can resolve it. Because you cannot call somebody a terrorist or committed treason without concrete evidence. Most likely like bombing, killing, how many truck of Nigerian military you don't blow? All those kind of things. So I don't know whether they will be able to prove it about Nnamdi Kanu. Yeah. Marco Chukwene say you got it wrong. IPOB has never done anything wrong known to law. Even in his incarceration, NMP have every fundamental right to say anything as much as, let me see what is my brother's, as much as it is in line with the law. Okay. I don't know whether I have that video here. I'm not sure. I have a video. If I have it, I will play it for you. Oh, it's on this other device. It's on this other device. I would have played it for you to now see whether what is said there is in line with the law. So when we say political solution, some of us that say it, we know what we are saying. You don't love Nnamdi Kanu more than me. Oh. You don't love him more than other people that are watching. You know? I've always been preaching political solution, political solution. I didn't mean that video is here. I would have played it for you to hear by yourself. And there's one thing about government. Let me tell you people something. There's one thing about government is that somebody may cross an expressway. Somebody may cross an expressway. Government may see that person and not say anything. You may cross expressway and government will hold you. You can't say because government did not hold that person, they have no right to hold you. That's one thing about government. Across the world, somebody may do something. Government may not see that person. Government may look away. That doesn't mean that if you do it, government must look away. Or you tell government that, oh, you have no right to hold me. Or see, did this person not do it? This person do it, now me you can't hold. No. No. It doesn't work like that. Although, that is how it should be. He says it's offense when it's an Igbo person. I agree with you. You are right, my dear brother, Ochman. You know, I somehow agree with you because let's say Nnamdi Kanu is Hausa Fulani. Maybe, I don't know, maybe. And I've asserted that one of the problems Nnamdi Kanu has is because the oil in Nigeria is not located in Igbo land. Nigerian leaders, they don't joke with anything oil. Oil money, they don't joke with it. If Nnamdi Kanu is from, let's say, River State, Akwa Ibom Bayelsa, where oil money is flowing, he can't be facing this trial for like 10 years. So a political solution would have been done. Look at all these Niger Delta boys. This one are live bomber. They bomb, they kidnap expatriates, they do things live. But then a political solution was done. Government gave them amnesty, was even giving them money monthly. Why? Because what government needs is in their hands. Unfortunately for Nnamdi Kanu and the part of the country that he comes from, the major asset of government is not in that particular location. Let's say that in that, if the oil deposit in Nigeria is mainly in Igbo land, they won't treat Kanu like that. They will not. They would have either forgiven him or leave him. Look at government Tompolo. Look at government Tompolo, for instance. Tompolo. Those are the real Niger Delta militants. Asari Dokubo. MEND. I've forgotten the full meaning of MEND. Emancipation of Movement for the Emancipation of the Niger Delta. MEND, I think so. Yeah, Movement for the Emancipation of the Niger Delta. All this Asari Dokubo. Look at how many atrocities that were committed. Yet, you will still forgive them. You must forgive them. Look at Asari. Till now, Asari know they get confidence. Asari go they do life. He go brandish AK like this. Asari Dokubo go come live. He go they threaten Wike. He go blast Tinubu. Say Tinubu, you are a disappointment. You are a yeye man. He will come live. He will blast Buhari. 70-year-old man. 70-year-old man. Asari Dokubo will come live and we say, oh, we won't work with Yoruba people again. They've disappointed us. In fact, me, everybody, they go in separate way or we go begin team up with Hausa Fulani. Now go still forgive him. Why? The consequence of going after him, and now you cannot withstand the consequence because oil will stop flowing. And when oil stop flowing, government will shut down because there will be no money. Oil still they flow now, they borrow money. Oil still they flow now, no get money to pay salary. Imagine say oil no come flow at all. That was what prompted Yaradua. Government was almost collapsing. Oil no flow as it supposed flow. Alpha, Minister of Finance, how much dey? Baba no money. No money ke. What do you mean? Alpha, Minister of Petroleum, Alpha, how many barrel per day? Baba, it don't drop. It don't drop to 900 barrel. 900 barrel. The world is coming to an end. Be that Wala don't do. Wetin we go do? If we say may we go kill all these boys, the soldiers wey we wan carry go, they no even know the terrain. Na swampy area, na riverine area. Soldiers wey no fit swim, na you wan carry go Niger Delta, go tackle boys wey dem born for the environment, wey say they don't know if they drop into water here, they know how dem go swim, come out from the next village. Na you wan carry soldier go. E be like say we go dialogue with these boys. So e be like say we go dialogue with these boys. So my dear brother say, Mike Irewole, oil and gas revenue are less than 20% of Nigeria's GDP, sir. When? Maybe this yesterday. But what we read in the history books was Nigeria was operating an agrarian economy before the oil boom of the 1970s. When oil was before oil was discovered, Nigeria was largely an agrarian economy, pre-colonial and early post-colonial era. After oil was discovered in 1958 or 56 at Oloibiri, Bayelsa State, then the next point where it was discovered was in River State. I think it was in Ogoni or something in River State. That was the next port. I hope I got that correctly. And oil, when Nigeria was earning money from oil, Nigeria was relaxing on agriculture. Then there was an oil boom of the 1970s. That was when Gowon said that the problem of Nigeria is not money, but how to spend it. It was during the oil boom when leaders of other countries were using the money to build road, to build infrastructure, to develop their healthcare education system. Nigerian leaders were busy flexing. They lack foresight, they lack wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. They don't know what to use the money to do. And that was when Gowon said Nigeria's problem is not money, but how to spend it. So when oil money was coming in, you can't compare oil money to agricultural money. Nigeria relaxed on agriculture, and after the oil boom of the 1970s, there was a decline in the price of oil, but Nigeria had already relaxed on agriculture. Nigeria now transformed from an agrarian economy to a monoproduct economy dependent on oil. So what you said, my dear brother Mike, is not correct. It's not 20%. It's not correct. Do your research. Come and tell us. I just gave you this brief, quick economic history. Nigeria operates a monoproduct economy dependent on oil. What do we produce in Nigeria? What do we have? Say, is it not oil? The oil itself, is it not Dangote that just built refinery? So if you say oil, which is our major point of export, is 20%, what covers us for the 80%? What are you producing? What are you trading that covers up for the 80%? If you say oil is 20, tell me what you think covers up for the gap of a whole 80%. So you see that apparently it's not correct. If you want to dial in to make a contribution before I go, +55 1399 666 6361. +55 139. In fact, because I used to call it, let me see whether this will work. I wrote it in a piece of paper. Did you guys see it? Did you see it like this? I don't know whether it works. I had to write it, because I used to call it. Some people will say they did not get it. Did you see it? Can everybody see it? Okay, I think everybody can see it now. I don't know how it appears on your screen. You can see +55 1399 666 6361. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know. I had to write it in a piece of paper. +55 1399 666 6361. So Kanu wants to prosecute the prosecutor. And to do that, he has to list his enemy as witness. If there's anything you've learned today, If you two have a case, you can list your enemy as witness. You have learned that from Nnamdi Kanu, so it's allowed. He who alleges must prove. Some of those that Kanu listed are key to the allegation they are making against him. Kanu now wants them to come and prove it. Malami was the one that tried him as Attorney General. Buratai was the one that invaded his house. Wike oversaw the Obigbo massacre. Sanwo-Olu was allegedly complicit in that answer something. And you know where the problem is? You see, this Kanu guy is a bit dangerous guy as well, in the sense that, do you know that this answers something? There's no way Sanwo-Olu will appear in court and the memory of answers will not resurrect. There's no way. There's no way, because they will ask him, Kanu's lawyer, we ask him some questions. Who gave the order? They will ask him some questions that, it's not a messy something, it's not a child's play. So at the end of the day, the governor may end up leaving the court embarrassed, because all question that they ask you, you must answer. At least you must give a response. So Kanu's case, Sanwo-Olu would rather not go than to go and embarrass himself. And if he goes there, he may end up embarrassing himself. And if he doesn't go, it may be difficult to convict Kanu due to the witness that did not show up. So at the end of the day, I see something that, in fact, it may be some of these people that Kanu have listed that will pressure Tinubu to enter nulli prosecute. Nulli prosecute is that government will just say, we are not interested in the case again. They will just withdraw the case. The Attorney General has the power to do it for any case in Nigeria, especially if it's a federal case, nulli prosecute. That's the Kanu can be a free man by this time tomorrow. All what Tinubu just need to do is to call Attorney General. Lati, Bawoni, how are you? That Kanu boy, go and release him. Enter nulli prosecute. You say he will end it with yes, sir. He won't ask, Mr. President, why? If he summon courage to ask and the president say, don't ask me stupid question, go and do what I say you should do, he will end it with yes, sir. Before you know it, government will just go to the Federal High Court and just withdraw the case and enter a nulli prosecute. That's the end. Government can enter nulli prosecute for any case that they have against you, because it is federal government versus Kanu. It's not DG versus Kanu. It's not, let me use a name, Unwa Okorobia Kings. Unwa Okorobia King. What's the meaning of Unwa Okorobia? It says, I'm watching you from Glasgow and I've been following you when you are an analyst from VOP and Pressure. Say, Unwa Okorobia, you've known me for a while. You know how we roll, right? God bless you, my brother. Precious, that's my non-biological sister. Pray. That's my non-biological sister. So, not let prosecute. They can enter a nulli prosecute. And that's the end. Just enter nulli prosecute. And that's why I said that any government, you can see now, that's why I said, you go to jail, you don't go to jail. It doesn't affect the government, except government thinks you will give them problem. For instance, government does not feel that pardoning drug bearer will give them problem. They release all of them, 70 of them. Oh yeah, go and enjoy your life. Government do not feel that somebody that commits more than Marian Sanda is a problem. Oh yeah, just go. So it doesn't cost government anything. Tinubu has nothing to gain or lose whether Kanu goes to jail, is in DSS this night, is not with his wife. He doesn't have anything to gain or lose. So it's easy for government to enter a nulli prosecute, but government will not enter it for the purpose of deterrent. In the sense that if somebody have committed a crime, they want it to serve as a deterrent, which is discouragement to other people from committing it. That is one. Two, government will not enter a nulli prosecute if they feel that you'll be an edict to them. So let's just keep him there. It's one of the two. And that is where the Southeast leaders needs to come in and assure the president that, Mr. President, give him to us. It's our son. Don't worry, it's our son, we can handle him. It helps. It helps. But you see all this back and forth, back and forth. I'm telling you, that case will still drag on for long. In fact, you will see, may God not kill us. God should not kill us. When this thing happened, you will remember that there was one Dr. JJ that said it, that this case will get to Supreme Court. From Supreme Court, it will go back to High Court. I've seen that signal. Because the witness that Kanu listed, you can't convict him without giving him the benefit of that of hearing from those witnesses. And those witnesses are not available or access. And if you, the judge, if you overrule him and step down those witnesses, by the time Kanu will appeal at the appeal court, after you must have sentenced him to maybe death by hanging or life imprisonment, he will argue that you did not give him fair hearing. And fair hearing is very important. You cannot convict somebody for a capital punishment without adequate fair hearing. You know? G Perfect said the one Buhari left him for Abaribe and Co. How did he pan out? He misused the opportunity. Well, that's your narrative. But then your narrative is also one-sided. Because if you listen to me earlier, you would have heard when I said that Kanu had argued that they invaded his home and he need to run for his life. So if they invade your home now, they give you bail, they can't invade your home. Why so many people? You not go run. You go still wait. When you see the way they call this Mohammed Yusuf, this Boko Haram founder, something, you see the way they buy, you not go run, you go run now. That's the argument that Kanu is giving. That he was in, is he not Abia State or something? That he was there after the bill, chilling in his father's compound or something. The military just came all of a sudden, invaded the home, allegedly by over 20 people, that he narrowly escaped. I haven't heard reports say they don't buy 20 people. And are you then they look for? That is his argument. Whether he can intentionally don't get the mind before, whether he don't get the mind before to japa jada, no, he can't use that one as pretense. I can't say, because I have to be fair. Whether he has had the mind, you know, say if you don't get the mind to japa jada, no. So the military, they can't invade your house. You don't use that one, do opportunity. Say, see, they invade my house and no feel. I don't know. Now only God will determine that one. So it depends on how you look at it. And that is why when there are so many perspective and complexity to a case, it's good to take political solution. One of the political solutions is that can you denounce Biafra? Can you step down the case of then Kanu too will tell you that okay, I can if you will treat my people fairly. For instance, now Igbos have not ruled Nigeria for long since maybe Ekweme or something, and Ekweme was like the vice. It's not even the number. Abi, was it the number one or the vice? I think it was the vice. Ekweme. So can you do the power rotation in such a way that my people too will be well represented? If they say, there's a way they can do this thing. Okay, no, we no go fit give you na presidency now. But for 2031, we fit give Igbo the vice president. May na self count. I don't want vice president to. No, take vice president first. There's a way they can always look at the Niger Delta. It was a very complex something. Those guys are ready to die. They want to die. Look at how Yaradua stepped in. It's not that Yaradua, where we say people pee, them bomb. You see, they give them money. You don't understand? No be leadership wiseness be that. You don't understand? People don't commit something. You still call them. You see, they give them money. So that why? So that you go fit have your way. What you want, go fit come. So in this case of Nnamdi Kanu, you want a united Nigeria, right? If you dialogue with her, you two go give something. He two go give up, say, okay, I don't do Biafra again. There's a middle ground to all of these things. There's a middle ground. So that is what I see in that regard. You know. Mike Irewole, it says oil sector contributed 4.60 to the total rich GDP in Q4 2004, down from the figure recorded in corresponding period of 2003 and down to, my brother, you see, what you are quoting is government statistics. And one thing I've learned, I can give you like 10 instances of government statistics. I want something that you will say that people will understand. If oil contributes less than 20%, what fills in the gap? Oh, we dey produce garri, na garri contribute to 10%. Oh, we dey produce, cocoa contribute to 5%. What people will understand, but this one that you are writing, people, for instance, government statistics, they will say, oh, inflation has dropped. But that time when they say inflation drop, now food go rise for market. No be government magic be that. You say, hey, thank you, my dear brother. You say credit, Nigeria starts online. My brother, no, they believe government statistics. So. Tinubu government statistics. Hi. My brother, no, they believe government statistics. So government statistics now government magical. But great to have you, my brother. You know. So Kanu wants to move from I did not do it to how did I do it? So instead of Kanu in his defense to say I did not do it, Kanu is instead saying how did I do it? That's another way to understand it. Instead of him to say, my Lord, I'm defending myself. This thing, I did not do it. Oh, they said, oh, I buy this person. I did not buy it. They say I do this. I did not do it. The strategy Kanu is using is to move from I did not do it to how did I do it? Kanu, you buy this person. They buy the person. Kanu, you bomb this place. They bomb the place. When I bomb the place, how? You know? Which is very, very technical. Now, Kanu, in court, I foresee a situation whereby he will want to embarrass the government of double standard. If Malami appear now, they will say, oh, bandits committed so and so assaults. What did you do as Attorney General? Nothing. Now, Malami or government will be embarrassed, but government double standard, even if you are able to prove that government is of double standard, is insufficient to earn an acquittal. That's another problem. You are able to prove that government, they did not arrest bandits, they did not prosecute bandits, they did not tackle bandits, they are now focusing on you. Fine, you are right, it's okay. But government double standard is insufficient to earn an acquittal. So my advice to Kanu is that don't just devote energy to kind of like prove government double standard if some of these dignitaries appear. If you have opportunity to have Malami in court, don't focus energy on trying to prove government double standard. No, because government double standard is more of a matter of morality. Oh, you punish me, you don't punish that one. That is insufficient to earn an acquittal. And what Kanu needs is to be discharged and acquitted. Immediately the judge pronounced conviction. If Omotosho is nice, he can't bag less than 20 years. If Omotosho is nice, immediately they find him guilty because the offense where Nigerian government leads, no be small offense. Now, all these big offense. So the secret is never be found guilty. So don't focus on government double standard. Double standard day, we know. He did. But not focus on that one. No. Focus on your acquittal. Because Kanu's counsel, if you go make that mistake, I just hope that Kanu Agabi will be there for him. Brilliant man. If I get case for court for night, I don't get their money. Those guys mouth, we don't worry. I don't even pray make I get case. But if you get case, if you get Michael Zekome, if you get Femi Falano as your counsel, if you get Wole Olanipekun SAN, very brilliant guy, mostly on political cases, he had be like coughing like this. Wole Olanipekun. You can Google his name. If you have Clark, the Abino Clark, Robert Clark, not Edwin Clark that died. You know there are two Clark in the Niger Delta. Edwin Clark, the elder statesman, and Robert Clark, the Abino, some of you will know him, the Abino Clark. but he's old now, but very brilliant. Afe Babalola, the lawyers in such a realm, those are lawyers that even if you buy person, if you get them, rather than for them to give you life imprisonment, they go fight the case wey be say the judge go dey look say, I no dey sure. Well, okay, make I give this person 10 years imprisonment. That's the function of a very good lawyer. Afe Babalola, Wole Olanipekun, Femi Falana, Kanu Agabi, Michael Zekome, Robert Clark. There are many like that, you know. Ben Oketepa. Ben Oketepa, now son, he dey try, but for where all these Kanu Agabi, all these people dey, there are some lawyers that they are not only lawyers, they know the way of the law. You know that sometimes it goes beyond that. Oh, they argue. So there are some argument that if a lawyer is making, the judge himself is learning. You know that there's Kanu Agabi is a very old man. You know, if he's speaking, even the judge, maybe the judge is in his 40s, the judge said they learn. You be judge, now you go determine that, but you self you they learn for where Robert Clark they speak. Robert Clark will get like maybe 50 years experience or something. All this Afe Babalola, all this, you know. But Kanu has good counsel. I wish him the best of luck, but I still recommend political solution. And political solution can come from the advocacy of the politicians, the political class. And I think I analyzed it day before yesterday. Go and watch that live. There's a lot of analysis therein. Today's one is totally different. Go and watch that one. I spoke about 4 types of Igbos. I spoke about political solution. Then the third type, I break it down into 3 subsections. If you miss it, watch it. Let me thank all of you for participating today. You know, Mike, Mike, where are you watching me from, my dear brother? Where are you watching me from? So those are respected, those are legal luminaries. They don't pay for this game. Those ones. Those ones now, people will say if they get case with you, you won't pay their legal fee. Just go the budget like 200 million, 300 million. You know, understand? Those are the kind of lawyers who they go budget like 100. Maybe if you won't come say you won't try like 100 million. Those are the kind of lawyers who not be all these lawyer of 50K, 20K. No, these guys and politicians don't spoil them. But if this man, Kanu, if he's convicted, it will increase ethnic tension in Nigeria. And Nigeria is already fragile. That's why I don't want them to be going to court, use political solution to save the ethnic something in Nigeria. Because if they find Kanu guilty, let me tell you now, you is for like they find him guilty. Now, like life imprisonment or death by hanging, maybe some of you don't know. You cannot give him life imprisonment or death by hanging and bandits are walking free. Nigeria go scatter now. People go run mad. Ethnic tension go rise. Distrust go many. People go craze. Say their own brother, where they believe in, where they sing, holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another savior, holy, holy, holy. Their own savior in quote. You don't pay for jail. Bandit, they roam around. You will cause wahala now. You will cause problem. And that's why I pray political solution will be adopted. Thank you for joining my live stream on a day like this. God bless all of you. I'm just sharing my thoughts. On this platform, we don't like anybody, we don't hate anybody. We just educate ourselves. I've learned some things from you. You've learned from me. If you are watching me, thanks for your time. I appreciate it a lot. And let's see what happens on the case, and we'll be dissecting it as it goes. If I try to carry my viewers along, right? For instance, when it was Akpabio and Natasha, I was on it, and ardent viewers of my channel, they were well briefed because I stayed on it. So let's see what happens. I wish Kanu the best. I wish Nigeria the best. I wish Tinubu, the best as well. And I just hope that it will be a Kanu is more like the child you can born. If you declare your real age, let us look at it from another angle. Kanu, Tinubu will give birth to Kanu now, of course. So you feel look at from that perspective too, that Kanu is just one of your stubborn child. You get a lot of stubborn child with Tinubu. All those bandits, they are your child too. One even wear your cap, your Tinubu signature cap, you even wear am. No be your pikin be that. You have a lot of stubborn children. Oh. All these kidnappers, herdsmen, murderers, herdsmen. You are a father of the nation. So if you get many children, we stubborn. If you get many children, we stubborn. You know if you come pardon one, you can't say you want go kill one. Baba, no do like that too. No do like that. You understand? You get many stubborn children. Many, many stubborn children. Mhm. In fact, me, I'm one of your stubborn children. Mhm. Just that me, I know they stubborn like my senior brothers. Nnamdi Kanu, Showore. I know they stubborn like them. My own stubbornness be say, me, I go analyze. If it affect you, I go talk the truth. You go know say this thing, na truth they talk. That's me for you. So you have a lot of stubborn children. So you cannot pardon one. Look at it now. They go protest. Na Showore lead protest. Na Showore lead protest. Right? You arrest Kanu lawyer. Nigeria, I swear now we're a country. You see, I know if I dey call word next time, I go do change of country. I know if it be Nigeria. I dey tell you, this Nigeria, na Showore do protest. Nigeria, God. Abeg, help me. Whether they do change of country, tell me in the comment section. I want to do change of country. Na Showore do protest. Na Showore lead protest. Na Showore convey protest. Na Showore call out people for protest. When they go arrest people, they arrest lawyer, they arrest Nnamdi Kanu's brother. Showore wey organize the protest, he go police station by himself, walk into the police station by himself, say, why na arrest my people, may na release them. They say no. Showore walk out of the police station, they no arrest them. Shebi if una no see Showore before, Showore don use him leg waka come station, right? Still, una let am go. Una carry Kanu lawyer, Kanu brother. Unfortunately, and 11 others. I don't know the ethnic group of those one, but I hear say one bishop there. The bishop apparently, I don't know his tribe. And I carry them, go pour for Kuje prison. Show whatever we organize protest now. In their house, in they sleep. You see, this country, I don't tire. Mm. No be Showore na suppose first lead enter prison, but Showore dey house dey sleep. So in Nigeria, the more you look, the less you see. That's the thing. You know, may God help us. But I love Nigeria though. I love Nigeria with all my heart. I love every Nigerian. Um, Shout out to all of you. Great to have you. Let me take some comments. He said, see, Professor Showore get sense now. Once he saw the setting, he made a sophisticated withdrawal. But no, the thing is, you see, Showore don't master art of protest. Showore a veteran protester. And you know, going to say, Showore get spring for leg. You go just dey see, like, no, going to say spring day. When Baba see, say, this thing, he don't read the moon, say, na let's say 15 seconds to arrest. Showore don dey protest tey. He go don see the mood. Maybe Baba don dey hibernate or dey isolate himself, or government see say Showore na problem child. Showore escape or they just leave am. But Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Alo Ejimako, he no know about protest. Baba na to dey read law, to dey shout for court. You go join protest. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer na private citizen, So Nigeria, oh God. Now, na double wahala. Kanu dey he did DSS custody. In lawyer, he did Kuje. In brother, see, please, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, before I sign out, please, just overlook some of this thing because the Kanu family, imagine the trauma. Kanu, they pray make it come out. You still add another person of the same family, same mother, same father. You still add am go Kuje, Abba, abeg na. No, it's not fair. Kanu, if they look, if they say, oh, Kanu, you won't make it DJ. Kanu don't represent the family. Leave him, brother. They will release them. Yes, my brother, they will release them, but they will give them stringent bill. If you say they release them 10 million naira bail, 214, like something like that, that's still substantial. That's still substantial because they protest and they were not violent because they just protest. So either which way is still something. But God bless all of you. I appreciate you. If you are watching me, you are yet to subscribe, turn on your notification button. And Oluchi Villa says, oh, this one you talked on now, sweet man. So I've even forgotten what I said. Elvis or Adju, I say, thanks for this insightful analysis. I've subscribed already. I'm looking forward to listening again. God bless all of you. Pamela, I see you. Ekene Stanley is a Wike. A lot of people, God bless you. I appreciate your time. Let's meet again. If there's any important issue, make sure you subscribe, turn on your notification button. Always watch my recorded videos. They usually last about maybe 10 to 15 minutes as regards politics and happenings in the polity. God bless all of you. I appreciate your time. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politics with your sure plug, Dr. Omoshola. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos. See you in my next video. And always remember that I love you all sincerely.